company. Because I lied to you and I know you like hurting me. Oh, won't you be a bad, bad company? A bad, bad company. Oh, be my bad company. Oh, won't you be? Oh, be my bad company. Oh, won't you be? Good morning.
The Morning Invasion
Part of a complete breakfast. You're stupid.
with Dex and Steve-O.
I suppose we should get going.
Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is this thing on? Hello. Good morning. Welcome to the show, everyone. What's happening, everyone? Steve-O, we started the show, bro.
I got this gold ball.
Yeah. He's sitting behind me, playing his video game.
I'm not addicted.
Yeah, he's not addicted. No. If you missed yesterday's show, we talked about video game addiction. We might have to have an intervention with Steve-O. Or excuse me, Steven. When he turns 40, guys, he's changed his name to Steven. It's Dex and Steven. TMI. Welcome to it, guys. We're live on YouTube and Facebook at Star88FM. You guys can go and watch the show and hang out with us.
I hope you're happy I died.
Did you die?
I died.
Oh, jeez. Phone lines are open, 505-338-3700. You can text in at 505-585-LIVE. Shoot us a text. Say hello. Let us know where you're tuning in, where you're streaming us from, where you're hanging out, what you're doing today.
Watching Portugal, bro. And do you know why? Because Cristiano Ronaldo! Go!
Yeah?
Yes.
Oof.
He already scored a goal, dude.
I don't know if I like that
Ronaldo
this early.
is incredible.
Yeah, is he like, is he the guy? Is
He's
he
the guy, man.
Is he the Michael Jordan right now? Is he the LeBron?
He has now scored more goals in like international goals than any other European player in the history of football.
Wow.
That's incredible. Gosh.
Is this real life?
Yeah. You know, I'm just gonna.
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound?
I don't care. I'm just watching it. Watching it live right now.
That's good.
Look at that. Boom.
Please stop talking.
That's early, man. You can't scream goal at
I have
6:11 a.m.
I have to.
You can't. It's not okay.
Okay.
How's everybody doing? Is everybody all right?
Yeah.
Man, we got a big show today. We're just going to talk soccer all morning long. It's going to be beautiful. It'll be so good. You know what today is? Today is American Eagle Day. Today, the bald eagle was chosen as our national symbol. What year, Steve-O? June 20th.
1789.
So close, actually. 1782.
Whoa, really? Dope.
Don't look over here.
Okay, I won't.
All right?
I'm not. You're kidding me? I'm watching the game. This is real.
Oh, my gosh. You need to shut it off right now. I have true or false since it's National Bald Eagle Day. Okay? True or
National
false?
Bald Eagle Day. I got to see a bald eagle this week, guys.
Did you?
No. But about a month ago, Brody and I went to the bird show at the
Oh,
zoo, and
yeah.
so we got to yes,
All right, true or false?
yeah.
Most bald eagles mate for life. True or false?
Man, I was at this bird show and they did all of these bird facts. I'm gonna say true because they're Americans and Americans are totally monogamous.
You got it, bro.
Really?
True. They do sometimes
sarcastic.
occasionally cheat on each other, but in general,
Okay.
bald eagles pair up around
Okay.
around age 4 and keep the same mate their entire life.
Wow, childhood best friends, life partners.
True or false?
It's amazing.
Bald eagles are only found in the wild in the United States, Canada, and Mexico.
True.
True? That's 2 for 2.
Yes.
They're exclusive to North America. 88% spend at least part of the year in the U.S. About a third spend time in Canada. 8% spend time in Mexico.
Yeah, but that's why it's our
It's our
bird, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's why it's our
Telling you.
bird.
Go up to Montana. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're like mosquitoes.
Yeah.
It's crazy. True or false? Bald eagles don't have nostrils on their beak.
Man, I just saw one. I'm going with true. Ah, dang it. I even saw it up close.
Yep.
Saw it up close and everything.
Yep, false. They do have nostrils, also called nares, but most experts think they have little to no sense of smell. Like most birds, they just use them for breathing. All right, true or false? It's National Bald Eagle Day.
It is.
Back in 2012, a bald eagle in Canada swooped into a park, tried to fly off with a child
Oh my gosh.
with his talons, and someone got it on video. True or false?
That is way too detailed to be made up. I'm gonna go with true.
True. He says true.
Ah,
It was a fake video. I remember when it came out, people were freaking out over it because they
Well,
thought it was
yeah.
real.
yeah.
Yeah, the video does exist, but it was a golden eagle, and the whole thing turned out to be a hoax pulled off by 3 digital animation students.
Wow.
All right,
That's pretty incredible.
Let's see. Last one here. Movies and TV shows almost never use the actual sound of
True.
a bald eagle
True.
because it's lame.
True. We got yelled at for this. That's true. Thank you, smart Starmy members who are like,
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to play. So that's a hawk.
yep. That's
This
what
is-
we always think.
This is an eagle. That's an eagle. Yeah.
Weak, bro.
That's a hawk.
Silverhawk. Remember
Ugh.
Silverhawk?
Silverhawk.
Gosh.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, enjoy National Bald Eagle Day.
I will. I wish I had the senses of a bald eagle. Shout out to everybody who listens to us in the early morning hours, who seriously has to get ready for work before their spouse, and in doing so is in the dark and doesn't know what they're doing and sets their cell phone down while it's still dark
Ugh,
and then spends 20 minutes trying to find said cell phone
gosh.
that you put on your dresser, but none of your clothes are in your dresser. That's where all of your wife's clothes are, because she gets the whole dresser. You have a tiny little corner in the closet where all your clothes go. But for some reason, you accidentally set it on the dresser over by the bed in the dark.
It happens. you
And I
know?
couldn't, like, my Apple Watch has a little, like, bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to ping my phone because Chrissy's like,
She just
that's
out.
her sleeping.
She-
I was going to do the snoring thing, but she hasn't been snoring. So I
Oh,
didn't-
she hasn't?
She has not.
No way.
So I didn't want to be a lame husband.
Wow, it's because she's so healthy now. That's awesome.
That's, you know what? True.
Yeah?
Play the little boom, 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 boom. True.
Like
Yes.
the winter thing?
Yes. Nailed it.
Good job, Chrissy.
She yesterday freaked out because she did her little strippy thingies, and that sounds weird.
Little strippy things?
Yeah, nope.
Huh?
The
What is that?
the funny thing is I was trying not to say pee, and it came out way worse by saying strippy thingies.
Okay.
You know those little strips that you get for like when you're on the keto diet, and it's like, oh, I just had.
Oh,
to...
you're in ketosis.
Yes, and it tells you where your body is.
Gosh, I got to sit down with you, Chrissy.
She was like, I did it, and I'm like,
I'm in ketosis.
Yeah, I'm like, congratulations. I wish I knew what any of this meant.
That means that your body is burning up the fat.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
So she's lost like 47 pounds. No, not that much. She's lost weight though.
She's lost a lot. She looked
has.
great.
Yeah.
She's doing good.
Thebes says there's been a few sightings of bald eagles in town, which is pretty cool. I've seen one up north a little. A couple hours up north. You see them.
Yeah.
Like when you're heading to Durango.
Yeah,
Or,
I think I've seen a couple since I've lived here.
Remember the Stormy chimed in and said, I get up at 3 a.m. for work, so I listen pretty early in the morning. I love the show. We love you.
Oh, man.
Thank you for listening early. Dude, the little like dark hour dance, as I like to call it.
Yep.
Gosh.
Yeah, I don't miss that.
I'm getting better at it, but
Yeah, I live downstairs at the Petersons.
that's true. I was going to
so
say, you don't have to deal with any
I
of that
have
anymore.
lights on. I have
Gosh.
bathroom light on.
You know what?
I have my
Never
music
mind.
playing.
I don't even know why I'm talking to you about this. You don't even understand me anymore.
Yeah.
You don't even get it.
Yeah. It's great. It's so good. Yeah, but I'm seriously, I wake up, I grab my toothbrush and toothpaste, go into the bathroom, brush my teeth, and just run back into the room and get dressed, and I'm out the door. I take a shower before I go to bed at night. I've been doing that for years. I don't know. I guess I could start doing it in the morning now because, I mean, before I was like, I didn't want to wake anybody up, and now I guess I could do it.
Yeah.
Wake me up.
This is true.
Yeah. 505-585-LIVE if you'd like to text into the show. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we would.
What are you doing?
Just taking an Insta story
Why?
while we're live on the air. Seeing all the people. Hey.
Oh, hi.
But really just watching the game.
Okay.
But really
You're going to
just
have to shut
watching the
that
game.
down.
I can't.
Yeah,
Ronaldo's playing. When Ronaldo plays.
No, you're going to have to shut it down.
Did you see my Insta story from yesterday?
I
wish you were my friend.
I'm not sure.
So, remember when we were kids and there was a television show on Fox
Oh, yeah, I did see this.
that was animated, and our parents were like, that is of Satan, and you're not allowed to watch it, even though it's been on the air for like 90 years, and it's The Simpsons.
Good morning, sleepyhead.
Oh, good morning, Marge. It's like mom voice.
You
right there.
allowed your kids to watch The Simpsons?
So here's what happened yesterday. I went to Astro Zombies to pick up comic books because, comic books. And I took Brody and Jack with me.
Yeah.
And Brody's always like wanting to see all the comics and wanting to look at all the Transformers because a gentleman actually traded, like he sold his entire Transformers collection.
Yeah.
So Brody loves going in there because there's still a lot of like really cool old Transformers, which by the way, shout out to Mike, the owner of Astro Zombies, who yesterday gave Brody a classic Transformer.
What? Are you kidding?
Little Insecticon. Remember the Insecticons?
That's cool.
His name's Kickback, and Brody
Aw.
Brody is that's all he's done for the rest of the day. Anyways, so Jack was bored. And on the front TV was The Simpsons. My 14-year-old son had never seen it. So he's just standing there watching The Simpsons.
What is this?
And I'm like, I'm getting comic books, and Brody and I are looking at Transformers, and meanwhile, 14-year-old's just over there watching. And we left the store, and I didn't think anything of it. We get in the car, and he looks at me, and he says, Dad, I just watched the funniest cartoon I've ever seen.
I thought he was going to say, you have failed me, Dad.
And I was like, what? And he's like, there's a show, The Simpsons, and it was really funny. And I'm like, I'm sorry. What? And he just goes on this kick about how funny The Simpsons were. So yesterday, he decided for summer, he's going to binge like all 29 seasons
Oh, my
of The
gosh.
Simpsons.
Yes, good for you, Jack.
Which sounds great until you actually go back to season 1 and realize 29 years ago, animation, not so great.
Can this take it any worse?
It can, Homer. It can. So.
Yeah, that's one of those shows. Same thing happened, I think, with Caleb, my oldest son.
Yeah.
Except at one point, see, this is, if you're not a parent, these are the things that you have to be careful of when you have kids. Is because I walked into my bedroom one time, and he was on my bed and he was watching Family Guy.
Nope.
And it was a total accident because we were watching something, and then after it was over, Family Guy came on, but I had left the room, and so he's sitting there on the bed, just, what is this? And of course, it was like, oh my gosh, no,
man. Yeah, that's a fail.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fail.
Yep.
Speaking of, a member of the Stormy just chimed in and said, "Are you guys still syndicated in Missouri or wherever that was?" No.
Well, we're really syndicated everywhere
because we're relevant, and we just mentioned The Simpsons. We got booted a long time ago.
Yeah, we didn't make it very long on those stations.
That's the Bible Belt, man.
They thought we were a little too edgy, so they kicked us off pretty quick.
Isn't that weird? It's interesting, culturally speaking.
Yeah,
no.
I guess. Yeah.
Matt chimed in and said, "Good morning from Sandia Labs. Listen to you guys every day from 6 to 10. Love the show."
Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Love you.
Love you.
Somebody said, "My daughter recently fell in love with The Simpsons as well. She watches it every day now. She's 11. It makes me so happy."
Wow.
That's a good age.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack's 14. So I was like, you know what? Far worse things out there.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, watched the second episode of Lost in Space yesterday.
Oh, yeah? You and the fam?
Still giving it a thumbs up.
I'm telling you.
Although I will say there were a couple words in there that I wouldn't have chosen because it's supposed to be PG. And I'm like, that's not family.
I don't remember that.
Mm-hmm. A little bleeps in there that I was going, oh, excuse me?
Wow.
Dex said this was family
Well,
friendly. That lady just called that other lady a bad word.
It's PG, bro.
Apparently PG's not what it used to be, guys.
Wow. All right.
Kim wants to know if we've seen the new Bumblebee trailer, since we're talking Transformers for a second.
We have, yes. That looks like it's
my
going to be
mind.
pretty good. So this is
looks family friendly.
This is something I've been doing. So the latest Transformers movie came out, what, a year? Was it last year?
I made the mistake of just buying it. We didn't see it at the movie theater.
Yeah.
And I was like, we haven't seen it. And Brody loves all of these because he's 5.
Yeah.
And doesn't understand good movies. And so we just bought it.
Yeah? Did you like it?
No!
So this is what I'm doing with it. I'm trying something I've never done before, and I'm going to see if I can do it. So it's on Hulu right now. So every time I go to the bathroom, I watch it. I'm only going to watch that movie while I go to the bathroom and see how long it takes me. I'm like 10 minutes into the movie, and I've been doing it for a week. Like, seriously, that's the only time. That's my rule, is I can only watch when I go to the bathroom. Guys, he's not paying attention to me now because he's watching soccer.
Ronaldo is down right now on the ground. Look at that. Boom, tripped him, took his leg out. He's hurt.
Oh, my gosh. See, you know what? I'm going to bring something up. Who was it? One of our friends on Facebook yesterday brought up a good point.
It's not watch or sports, it's acting.
Yeah, they're a bunch of babies.
Yeah.
They're a bunch of babies. They said they were trying to get into soccer and they couldn't because when they watched it, all they were doing is falling down, just acting like they were hurt.
You know what, dude?
Come on, they're falling on grass. That doesn't hurt.
Spit.
How does that hurt when you fall on grass? Come on. Really? Those are grown adults. Those are grown adults.
Shut up. Anyways, you're watching the new Transformers movie in the bathroom because that's about what it's worth.
No, that was my story. I'll let you guys know how long it takes. I want to see, because that's like a 2.5-hour movie. So, so far I'm like, what is this? Is this a medieval type of movie? I don't understand. It's like Merlin the Magician is in the first 10 minutes of the movie. It's very weird.
Ooh, yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Big show.
So excited on a Wednesday to be here. Watching Portugal play Morocco. At work because technology rules. Woo! That's why we listen on the app, cause technology. It's Dex and Steve-O, and today is going to be OMG.
For real?
Yeah! We're so excited cause it's work day. We're getting through. Hey, Dex, take it away.
Do you have any idea, Steve?
That rhymed, and I kicked it to you, and you failed me.
I failed you, bro. I'm sorry.
Dang it, bro.
I failed you. I can't.
I can't. Like, it's hard.
I'm going to go back to
Thank you.
Ronaldo
Thank you.
and video game addictions.
Thank you.
And I'm just not even going to deal anymore.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's hard.
All right, coming up. A cop pulled over someone for driving too slowly in the left lane. Is he a hero, is the question. Is he a hero for doing that? Think about how frustrating it is when someone's in the left lane and they're just driving super slow. Well, we'll discuss it. We'll give you all the details when we come back. We're live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hang out with us.
Start your 4th of July holiday with a freedom celebration at Isotope Stadium. Friday and Saturday night, June 29th and 30th. Music, soft toys, fireworks, and a celebration of true freedom with Skip Heitzig. 2 fantastic nights, and it's all free. Freedom Celebration with Matt Maher, 10th Avenue North, Trip Lee, and Sarah Reeves. Above all, as our wonderful nation celebrates independence, Skip Heitzig will give a clear invitation to true freedom.
Jesus said, "You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." He can set everyone free from guilt, from sin, from hell.
With Matt Maher, Trip Lee, Sarah Reeves, and 10th Avenue North. Freedom Celebration at Isotope Stadium Friday and Saturday, June 29th and 30th. All free and fireworks both nights. FreedomABQ.org.
A solar flare. The best thing to give your enemy is forgiveness. To an opponent, tolerance. To a friend, your heart. To your child, a good example. To a father, deference. To your mother, conduct that will make her proud of you. To yourself, respect. To all others, charity. Benjamin Franklin said that. Yeah, a Star 88 solar flare.
Have you stopped reaching, no longer seeking greater things? Have you forgotten you have a father listening? Oh, he tells the sun when to rise, gives the wind its breath, swings a door wide open and moves in the moment you least expect. Don't you give up. How many answers pass us by? You know it takes faith to step on the waves when you're terrified. So when you're backed in a corner and can't wait any longer, don't you give up on a miracle. You gotta speak to the impossible. Oh, you gotta pray till your breakthrough breaks through the ceiling. Keep on believing, don't you give up. Keep holding, don't you give up on a miracle. Feels like the prayers and the words you have spoken, they go unnoticed like drops in the ocean. Just beyond the veil of your vision, your mountains are moving, moving on. Remember the works his hands have done, where you once were and how far you go. Don't you give up on a miracle. You gotta speak to the impossible. Oh, you gotta pray till your breakthrough breaks through the ceiling. Keep on believing. Don't you give up on a miracle. Don't you give up. You gotta speak to the impossible. You gotta speak and believe it. Pray till your breakthrough breaks through the ceiling. Keep on believing. Don't you give up. Keep holding. Don't you give up on a miracle. Pray till your breakthrough breaks through the ceiling. Keep on believing.
Here is a Star PowerPoint from Billy Graham.
We're just going to shut up and let him preach it.
I read about a Roman slave girl who was given her freedom. And the girl jumps on the ground and says, "You've redeemed me, and I will serve you faithfully the rest of my life." Fallen men and women are on the auction block. with no one to redeem us. We're lost. We're lost. We're going to judgment in hell. What are we going to do? That's where Jesus Christ came and died and shed his blood and gave his blood to pay for our sins and to redeem us. And if you are not under the blood, you're not going to go to heaven. You must be under the blood. You must be under the blood. Are you sure that that experience has been yours? You have to repent of sin and receive Christ into your own heart?
Star 88, Star PowerPoint.
What's going on in the news today?
Democrats say the president's switch to a zero-tolerance policy on illegal border crossings is causing the separations, and he should reverse it.
The president alone can fix it and by signing a presidential order to end the agonizing screams of small children.
The president has been pushing for broader immigration reform.
Those who apply for asylum legally at ports of entry are not prosecuted. The fake news media back there doesn't talk about that.
Standing his ground on enforcing immigration law and telling Congress to close what he called crippling loopholes.
Shares of Chinese telecommunications company ZTE tumbled an additional 24%.
AT&T is joining Verizon in pledging to stop selling data to third parties who can pinpoint the location of mobile phones.
A story about Michael Jackson will hit Broadway in 2 years.
A new study published in the scientific journal PLOS finds drinking too much alcohol can increase the risk of cancer and premature death.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Good morning. Dex and Steve-O. Hanging out with you. Hope you're having a great morning. Morning Invasion being brought to you by Preston Hart. Screen printing, live printing, graphic design, PrestonHart.com. Coming up tomorrow, 3 Degrees with Brian Nixon at 7. Also at 9. Not sure who we're going to have on yet. We're going to see if we can get old Stephen Christian to come in. Pastor Nate Heitzig going to be out. So Shock Therapy Live coming up at 9 o'clock tomorrow and every Thursday. So get your questions in. If you guys are dealing with something that you want to be completely anonymous and you guys just, you need, maybe it's something going on in your life that maybe you feel embarrassed about and you don't really want to bring it up to anybody. That's what Shock Therapy Live is about. You can send in your questions, and you guys will answer it. And we got the Starmy. We have a pastor. We'll tackle it for you.
That's right.
We're hanging out on Facebook Live and YouTube Live.
Yeah, shout out to Melanie who said haven't been able to listen for about a week. Glad to be back. Glad to have you back. Also, our boy Triple G.
What's up?
Hanging out on Facebook as well. Good morning.
Good morning.
Rachel says, it is 6:35, and you haven't played the clip yet. You haven't played the clip yet, bro.
Well, I don't know.
It's 6:35 on a Wednesday.
Guys, what?
What?
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
505-585-LIVE. You want to text into the show.
Dude. He keeps asking if he can come to work with me.
Yeah? Are you going to let him? See, that's the thing. He's 5.
He's 5.
Okay, I thought maybe he turned 6.
He's going to turn 6 in November.
Oh.
He wants to come and sit in the studio and do the morning show with us. And I'm like, that is a tall order, my friend.
Yeah, you better. Well, I mean, he could hang out on your iPad, I guess, if he gets...
Okay, what is this, Bad Parenting 101?
Put on a movie or something.
No.
No? So he's just got to hang out? He's 5.
So? Okay. You know what he did yesterday?
What?
He created an alien.
Really?
Yes.
He created an alien?
Yeah, especially after yesterday's conversation of video game addiction and how much screen time kids get these days. We're already pretty, conservative when it comes to that. But, yeah, had a sit-down Jeter conversation yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah, no joke. So, Brody yesterday was bored because, he's 5, hanging out. And they just went... Here's some scissors. Here's some construction paper, whatever it's called, and
here's some glue.
Here's some markers and some glue.
Here's some super glue.
No joke. And he came home yesterday, and it was like, this is why it's okay to let kids be bored.
Yeah.
It was about 3.5 feet tall. No joke. He had these crazy eyes, and it was this alien that he made
That's awesome.
out of like paper mache, construction paper, markers, everything.
Yeah.
I should have taken a picture and posted it. I don't know why I didn't post it. It's incredible.
Yeah? That's awesome.
His hair is like seriously like a foot tall, and he cut out like triangles and like glued it on, and he made this giant alien.
Wow.
Because he was just sitting there bored and didn't have anything to do. And it was like,
cool.
Well, be creative. It was amazing. I'm like, see?
Little Brody.
Kids have creativity. We just like take it captive when we just put them in front of a screen.
Yeah, or even just school in general. I mean, I'm probably going to upset a lot of people for this, but I think a lot of times, I look at myself, you know, and I love art and I love to be creative.
Yeah.
And in school, a lot of times I was bored and it just wasn't stimulating anything inside of me, you know? So you have all these different types of personalities in kids, and then you're making them do work that's, it's tough, man. It's like, what is it that's going to, you know, get that that creativity going, you know?
But in school, did you guys have shock desks?
Shock desks?
Yeah, did you
Is
ever
that
have those? You know those desks,
where you
you
open
sit
them up?
down and you fold them and you're like kicking it and working, and then when you start to get bored, it shocks you.
Oh.
It zaps your butt.
It zaps your butt.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, we never had
Always made sure I got my work done. So dumb.
Yeah. Do they still have shop class?
I don't know.
Does that still exist?
I'm sure
I
it
feel like this
does.
day and age, they got rid of shop class.
Yeah, because there's no creepy 60-year-old dudes who are like, "You're doing it wrong." I hated shop class, which is funny because
I
love
loved it.
I love building things
But
now.
yeah, why was-
But back then it was like the grumpy
Wha-
dad
yeah, why
who was
was
just
that?
mad. That's the wrong tool.
Yeah,
Oh,
he just hated
move
kids.
over. I'll do it myself. I'm
Yeah.
like, why are you teaching? You're not teaching me anything.
That or was just like, you know, we were allowed to use power saws and, you know, all these different
I wasn't allowed to use anything.
tools, sharp things that could cut our arms off.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yep, just make sure you're careful. Here you
It's
go.
like, if I wanted to get yelled at for using your tools, I'd go home and hang out with my stepdad.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I remember I was using a lathe where you can make it's like you could round things with. Is that a lathe?
Oh, yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, you
Sure.
take that sharp, you know, tool, and then I was making a baseball bat.
Wow.
And I remember that thing got stuck, and it flipped the knife up in the air and almost took out my eyeball. Yeah.
Did you have the safety goggles on?
I think so.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Always have your safety goggles.
Duh.
Yeah, I would have.
Rule number one.
Would have had a glass eye or an eye patch.
Man.
Seriously. But it was just so crazy to me. I'm sitting there like in junior high on the lathe, just chipping away at this baseball bat.
It's so funny how the ladies are chiming in talking about how they loved shop class.
Yeah, man.
So Rachel says, I took shop and PC repair. The guy had taught my dad.
Really?
So that's how old her teacher was.
I don't think they have shop class anymore because my kids have never been in shop class.
Yeah, my kids don't. Well, see, but here's the thing, dude. Welcome to 2018. My kids come home and it's like Jack was doing homework and I'm like, what are you doing? And he was coding a video game. He was creating a video game.
Is that like the new shop class?
Right. So I'm like, he's learning how to code.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why there's no shop class. Because
Yeah.
they're like, listen, we don't want you to be the weird hippie in Maine who's building bedposts.
Yeah. Bird nests.
How about we teach you how to code your own app?
So you can hack
So
into
you
other
can
people's
make
computers.
$1 gajillion by 19.
Yeah, that's true.
That's really what he was doing. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does shop class exist?
I'm sure it does.
Okay. The death of shop class in America's skilled workforce.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
See?
What
You-
happened to high
look at
school
this.
shop classes?
You weren't wrong. That article is from 2009.
Wow, it's been gone that long?
What about home ec? Did you ever have home ec?
Oh, we had home ec.
Is it okay to say I loved home ec because it was like I baked some pretty good things?
Yeah, that was
Learned how
fun.
to cook some things.
Yeah.
I even sewed a monkey.
I sewed a panda.
Oh, nice.
I did a
I had
panda
a
bear.
monkey and it had a banana and everything. And I was like, look at this monkey I sewed for my mom. So great.
My panda was
Home ec
terrible.
was dope.
Yeah,
I remember
shop class is
cooking
over.
things and listening to De La Soul. That's real. Gosh, home ec, bro. Home ec. Somebody said they didn't have it anymore in their high school, but in their art major, he had something, or they had something akin to a shop class. That's cool. Somebody said, OMG, my middle school shop teacher was exactly like that. Overweight, grumpy, creep, frizzy red hair, mean.
Yeah, seriously.
Or man.
Right?
Yep. You either got that or like the soft-spoken, like, all right, guys, today we're just going to da-da-da-da-da. I had one of those too.
Yeah.
Depending on the school, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's like, are you going to teach us anything, or are you just going to keep listening to James Taylor and just letting us cut our thumbs off?
My shop class teacher's name was Willard.
Willard?
Yeah.
That's cool.
He was also the janitor. Yeah. And I think he even drove one of the school buses. And he was, he was a little creepy and weird.
Man.
I'm pretty sure he hated kids.
Okay. Wow.
I'm going to do some research on this, guys. Find out why they got rid of shop class. Is it budget? Is it the budget thing? You know,
maybe.
They just need
Maybe
to
they don't think it's an important skill anymore,
See,
which
that's
is kind of tragic.
ridiculous. Why wouldn't you think that's an important skill?
Listen, Montana. Who's going to use that?
What do you mean who's going to use that? What if that's what people love to do? What if that's the gift?
Yeah, it's called a hobby.
Yeah, well,
like I have a good friend who I just thought about, Ian, who, like, that's his hobby. He's like, I'm going to make a table and chairs for my family.
Yeah, working with your hands.
I'm like, that's awesome. I wish I had that skill. But what's it going to do you in life?
Lots of things, man. I mean, don't you want to build things?
Yes.
See?
I want to build Utopia.
There you go. You have to learn the basics.
No, Utopia is a digital place where people go. My son's going to create it because he's learning code.
What if you don't want anything to do with computers, man? You know?
Well, you're hosed because technology is the wave of the today.
True. Right?
Not even the future anymore. It's it's here. It's now. If you don't understand it, Grandma, listen. You're going to need to learn how to use that Facebook app. You're going to get lost.
Right?
You're going to be forgotten. And then 3 months later, you're going to be like, where's Grandma? She hasn't posted on Facebook in a while. R.I.P. Grandma.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Well, I don't know. What else? Do they still have art class, right? They still have art?
Yeah, because that's important.
They got rid of shop class,
I
bro.
don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure they got rid of art class.
Yeah, they probably did.
I don't think my kids I haven't heard my kids talk about art class.
This next generation will never understand what it's like to pretend like you cared about art so you could make out in the green room or whatever it was called. Was the dark room called where you had to like process film? The red room. No, what are they called? It was red, but it was like dark. And you're like, I totally care about art.
It's a photo lab.
I'm going to go process these photos. Hey, Becky, you want to go process some photos?
Mm-hmm.
What was that called?
Google it, man.
If only I paid attention in art class. The dark room. It's called the dark room.
Here's on Google. It says, what is the art class? It's a class in which you learn to draw or paint.
Yeah. By the way, they still have art class.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. But so little funding that, yeah.
So it looks like, oh, no, you know what? They still have home ec because my daughter, I remember her talking about they made something. They were cooking something.
Yeah.
So they still have home ec. It's just the shop class, man.
Okay.
It's
By the
shop
way, apparently it is Wednesday, my dudes, and Wednesday is ladies' night because everyone chiming in on Facebook, Rachel, Trace, Kim, Stacy, they're just like, we started talking like home ec and art class.
Right?
And hi. Hey. Yeah.
What's up, ladies?
Yeah. Welcome to the program.
Mm-hmm. But we got all the dudes hanging out on YouTube.
Okay.
Ruben and Michael are hanging out.
Okay. All the dudes.
All the dudes. I guess
All
you guys
the
got to come to
dudes.
Facebook. That's where the ladies are at. That's where all the ladies are hanging out. Ruben and Michael are just hanging out here, just waiting for the ladies to join.
Guys, they're on Facebook. Go!
Yeah.
Somebody said my shop class teacher would always scare the heck out of all of the kids. They never wanted to touch any of the power tools because he had missing fingers and scars all over his arms. Always talked about his injuries all the time, so everyone was scared to death to touch anything.
Yeah, that's so true.
Oh, man. Sorry, Curmudgeon. Curmudgeon's on Facebook, too.
That's funny.
Good morning, everybody.
Star 88 FM on Facebook if you want to go and hang out. Or YouTube if you want to go to the YouTube channel.
I love it. Love it.
Coming up, speaking of your 5-year-old, we got a story about a 5-year-old kid in Kansas who recently knocked over a statue inside a community center.
Oh, my gosh.
And the parents might be on the hook for about $132,000.
Oh, my gosh.
Can you imagine if Brody
Dude,
did that?
just yesterday, Astro Zombies, comic shop, collectible toys. And we're standing there, and I'm looking at things, and all of a sudden, Brody walks up holding like an old classic action figure, like still in the box, and he's like, "Isn't this your favorite superhero?" And I'm like, "Oh! Okay, but don't let me take it because like you're not supposed to touch those."
Yeah.
And if you bend the package or something or mess or drop it,
knocks
like,
off hundreds of
you're
dollars.
Right. So you're on the hook for buying it. So I was just like, okay. I felt like the beginning of Indiana Jones where I'm like trying to slowly, like, don't drop this. How did you get this?
That's good.
I turned away for like 2 seconds and Brody's just holding it.
Right?
Gosh.
We're going to talk about that coming up after 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
But first, let's talk about this. Let's throw this question out there. I want to find out if you think this cop is a hero.
Okay.
Because I'm a pretty patient driver, so I don't freak out. But whenever I am the passenger riding with somebody, and somebody's driving in the left lane, and they're driving super slow, the driver always freaks out. Road rage. Get over, bro! Instead of like going to the right and going around them, they just stay there behind the slow driver. Get over!
Dude, if you ever want to see my wife lose her sweet, beautiful, lovely wife mind, like, yes, she's usually a saint-ish. Driving in the left lane behind the person that's going 15 below the speed limit.
Yeah.
Like, it is a cardinal sin, apparently. Like, yes.
People just don't care. And if maybe you're driving right now and you're in the left lane, okay? Maybe you're driving down the freeway in the left lane. Hey, man, if you're driving under the speed limit, just go over to the right lane, okay?
Yeah.
Just right now, put your blinker on and head on over to the right lane because, it's not cool, bro.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
But can you honk? Like, what do you do in that situation? Somebody's going too slow and the like, it's the fast lane. Everyone knows the left lane is the fast lane.
Listen, we live in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
I do not advise that you honk your horn and freak out on somebody.
Yeah.
Too many people have gotten shot over that. It is such a ridiculous way to get killed or shot or cause an accident. So, honestly, you should just slowly put your blinker on and go to the right and go around them.
What if you can't go around them because you got that roadblock thing going on?
You know, then be patient.
Bro,
be patient. Be patient. I mean, why are you in such a hurry? You know what I'm saying?
I got places to be, dog.
Okay. Most of the time
Time
when I
is
see
money.
people freaking out, I'm like, what is the deal? Like, what,
right?
Why
I'm
we're not
usually
in
the
rush.
passenger seat playing video games, just unaware until all of a sudden
We're
I
not
get
in a rush.
Come on!
I don't
Oh
get
my
it.
gosh!
I don't understand. I mean, I get it if you are late, but that's your fault because you're late.
To be fair, the left lane is for passing. It's the passing lane. So if you're not passing another car, you're supposed to get to the right. In fact, it's illegal in some states to just kick it in the far left lane.
Well, a state police trooper in Indiana was on Interstate 65. That's about 35 miles south of Indianapolis. And this happened on Saturday when he noticed a huge backup in the left lane. And he realized it because a woman was driving under the speed limit, which was 70. There were about 20 cars stuck behind her. So he pulled her over. Apparently, under Indiana state laws, the left lane is for passing. So if you're going under the speed limit,
Heck yeah!
you're legally required to get into the right lane. This woman didn't, so she got a ticket.
Good.
What's the law here? Is that the law here?
I don't know I don't know the law here.
And the general consensus on social media seems to be This cop is a hero. His tweet about what happened has gotten over 28,000 retweets and a lot of comments from people asking him to come patrol in their states. Was pretty common. But, hero?
Yes. But what about the person? So what if you're in the left lane? Like, oh, shout out to Paseo del Norte.
I was thinking about that, too.
It's a road here that makes me crazy, and you're in the left lane, and you're, like, cruising, and there's people in the right lane that are going slower than you, and you're already, like, going faster. I'm not going to say you're speeding because that's illegal.
Sure.
And then there's the car, like, Fast and the Furious style that's, like, cruising 90, and it's just all of a sudden it's like, whoop, on your bumper, like, looking angry, wanting you to get over.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, well, 1, I can't. 2, I'm already going faster than the cars in the right lane. Do you get over?
Well, the thing is,
Or
Paseo's
do you just camp? because
Paseo's a weird
that guy's
highway.
a jerk.
Because in the left lane, going both east and west, you get off
turn-
on
yeah.
the left.
Mhm,
So
I'd second.
sometimes when you're behind somebody, you're like, "Get over, bro!"
Yeah.
They're like, they can't because they're exiting to the left.
Right.
So I guess
It's a weird road.
It's one of. I mean, that's kind of rare. That doesn't happen very often. But I say just be patient, man. Or if you can get around them, get around them.
Yeah.
Don't honk your horn. Don't ride them too closely.
Yeah.
That's
Other
what
people-
everybody does, man.
I know.
Everybody does that.
I know. I saw a sticker on the back of a car this week. I don't know if I should acknowledge that I actually was able to read it because it was in tiny print on the back of this car, and it says, "Do you follow Jesus this closely?" And I was like, that's the funniest thing I've ever read. Wait, how can I read that? Maybe I need to back off. It was my favorite thing I'd ever read on a car. That's pretty great.
All right, I'm looking it up here. The law in New Mexico.
Mm.
Let's see.
Wow, somebody said it's illegal in this state to cruise in the passing lane. Yesterday, I got caught behind a state police truck going less than the speed limit in the left lane on I-40 East.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They got busted.
Mhm.
So it is illegal.
Somebody says in Texas, they'll pull you over if you're impeding traffic in the left lane, even if you're speeding.
Wow.
Wow. All right, guys.
It's a good law to remember. Man, there's so many laws now. We didn't know about. You can't spit outside on the ground. That's illegal. Women are not allowed to pump their own gas. That's illegal.
Mm.
It's very true. It's a state law.
Somebody said for the jerk that's driving way too fast in the left lane, you camp and annoy them. I love denying idiots who are going 20 over the speed limit. Hashtag me too.
Oh, my gosh.
Wait, hashtag me too. You can't say that. Okay.
Oh, you don't do that.
Means something else.
Don't be camping out.
No. It's going to cause a traffic jam.
Yeah.
Never do that.
It's so crazy to me that how, especially in the city, people, they'll do that. They'll try to annoy the other driver.
Right.
What are you thinking, man? What? So many times. I had a guy pull a gun out on me one time when I was driving because he thought.
I remember that.
Yeah, he thought I was driving too close to him, and I honestly
Oh
don't
my
think
gosh.
I was.
I totally forgot about this
I don't
story.
think I was, and of course he made it to where I could go around him, and then he got right up next to me, rolled down his window, and I rolled down mine, and he pulled his
you
gun
thought
out.
he was like waving you down
Yeah.
like he needed something. I totally forgot
Yeah.
about that. Just be
Mhm.
careful, guys.
Yep.
Just be careful.
Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. You haven't lived in Albuquerque until you've gotten a gun pulled on you. Gosh.
You ever had a gun pulled on you before?
No.
Oh my gosh. Talk about
Mhm.
life flashes before your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I almost died yesterday. Running. Came up on a gang.
Right.
Yeah. That's a true story.
Dude.
Yeah.
You need to stop running.
I'm just going to stop running now. There's too many scary people out there.
There are a lot of scary people everywhere. You never know. Here you are trying to be fit and just jog and be awesome, and maybe you need to just find a better route.
Here's what's funny. So I'm running, and all of a sudden I see a group of about 5 or 6 people, and this guy was walking towards me, and I immediately turned around and started running, except that I had my headphones in, but I shut the music off because I wanted to hear if there was anything they were making noise.
Yeah.
The guy was yelling at me. I just kept running. I just kept running.
What if somebody was like injured and they needed your help?
Exactly. I started thinking about it. I was talking to the Petersons about it.
Like
And
somebody
Jake,
like broke their leg and they're like
Yeah.
laying on the side of the road and they're like, "Sir,
Yeah.
help!" And
Yeah.
they're like, "It's a gang."
Yeah, I'm freaking out. Jake Peterson goes, dude, what if they were like looking for their lost dog? And I'm like, gosh, you know what? You probably would. It's probably what happened. It's probably like a group of people trying to find their
Somebody
dog.
fell and twisted their ankle on
Right?
the trail, but
Nobody
they
had a
dropped
phone.
their phone
Yeah.
and broke it.
Nobody
at the
had a
same
phone,
time.
so they were like trying to get somebody
they see
to.
you have
oh my
earbuds,
gosh.
so clearly you have a phone that you're listening to, and they're like, "Sir," and you're like,
Oh my
no.
gosh, I'm gonna die!
Oh no!
I kept waiting for the gunshot to the back of my head.
Oh my god!
Seriously, how terrible is that?
I mean, better safe than sorry.
You know,
you're alive.
I didn't want to risk it. I don't know if I'm gonna run in that direction today, but I don't know. All right, we got to take a break. You guys want to chime in? We're hanging out on Facebook Live and YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. When we come back, we'll talk about this 5-year-old kid who knocked over a statue, and now the parents might be on the hook for $132,000. Gosh. Coming up next, live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios.
I'm Daniel, and it's time to get in the techno. Recently, G to the OOGLE released an updated interface to Gmail on the web. They also released a new app called Tasks. I bet you can't guess what it's used for. The big news, though, is not that the app is quite terrible due to its lack of features in comparison to apps like TickTick, Wunderlist, Todoist, and the like. The big news is that it has some pretty groundbreaking design aesthetics that many believe hail to the upcoming Android P release in the Material Design 2 language. So, if you want to see what your next Android phone will look like between crashes, install the Tasks app and give it a spin. Tasks is available now for Android and iOS. I'm Daniel, and now you're in the techno on Star 88.
This is a fresh thought. Listen up to Levi Lusko.
To voluntarily put yourself in a place of submission, to yield to other people in the body of Christ. If you have a reverence for Christ, that is what you will do. Why? Because the people in your life matter more than you know. The right people. We need right people in our lives. To a large degree, the people in your life are going to determine the outcome and trajectory of your life. Hear me loud and clear. There is almost nothing. Your goals, your dreams, your vision, your job, almost your hobbies, almost nothing in your life will determine the trajectory that your life heads on, like the people that you surround yourself with. Look what Proverbs chapter 13 says on the subject. Become wise by walking with the wise. Hang out with fools and watch your life fall to pieces.
For more fresh thoughts, go to LeviLusko.com. On the air and in your face, but lovingly so. This is Star 88 at 88.3 FM, KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and online at star88.fm.
I used to wonder if I ever could be loved. Never gonna live up. Should I give up? Will I ever be enough? What I didn't understand is you love me as I am. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. You're the only one that I know. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. How can I be silent when there's all this joy inside my heart? How can I be quiet when you gave me light to pierce the dark? How can I be silent? I will not be silent. Even though my sin left crimson, you washed away those stains, and the grace you've given is the reason I'll never be the same. How can I be silent? I will not be silent. How can I be silent? I didn't want to stand out, kept my head down, insecure inside my skin, always looking back over my shoulder, making sure I blended in. Then you gave me a new name.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O on Star 88.
It's all good.
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1. Over and over again. Going right back to the start. Starting from where we begin. And I don't wanna be your friend. I just wanna be in love. And even if I'm chasing you is good enough. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. Fit, I throw a fit, and I leave you alone. And I don't wanna be your love, and I just wanna be your love. And even if I'm chasing you, no matter what, I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time, and no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose my. This time, and no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time, and no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I can't lose my.
And we're back.
We are back!
The Morning Invasion.
Come on, sleepyhead. Time to wake up.
Hello. Oh, hi. What's everybody doing? Just hanging out? Good morning. Hey. TMI, Dex and Steve. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88. Oh, okay. All right. Hanging out. You guys can call in 505-338-3700 if you'd like to hang out with us. Maybe you've never called the show. Be a first-time caller. I dare you. I dare you to be a first-time caller. You can text into the show. What's the live line number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483 if you'd like to text in.
Dare you to send us a text. Dare you. See what happens, bro.
Amazing.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to want you to chime in on this conversation. Couple questions to throw out there. What's the most expensive thing your kid has broken? And do you think the parents of this kid, this 5-year-old kid that knocked down the $132,000 statue, should be on the hook? Here's what happened. Sarah Goodman, that's the child's mother. said the incident happened during a wedding reception last month. And surveillance video shows the child hugged the sculpture. Then seconds later, it fell. It fell. We heard a bunch of commotion, and I thought, who's yelling at my son? The glass mosaic torso is laying on the ground, and someone is following me around, demanding my personal information. Following the incident, Goodman and her husband received a letter from an insurance company saying they were negligent for not monitoring their children. However, Goodman said the accident could have happened to any family. My children are well supervised, but all people get distracted, she said. The family has also raised concerns about the safety of the art display. That's a good point. Yeah. Goodman said the sculpture should have had more protection and markings around it due to its expensive price tag. It's in the main walkway, not a separate room, no plexiglass, not protected, not held down. There was no border around it. There wasn't even a sign around it that said, "Do not touch." Goodman added that she was disappointed that that no one ever asked her if her son was okay after the sculpture nearly fell on top of him. She said that he's having bad dreams every night. I don't know. Maybe that's true. I don't know. But yeah, they're trying to get this family to pay $132,000.
Gosh.
That's insane. And the insurance company says if they're going to take it to the lawyers. So from everything that the mom explained, I kind of feel like they're going to be okay because there was no sign.
Yeah.
That thing could have fell over and hit his face. I mean, it could have been really bad. And it's a $132,000 sculpture that's just hanging out there for a 5-year-old kid to just walk up and grab it. That's insane.
Yeah.
How would you not have that in some glass?
How old is
case?
the child again?
5.
Okay.
He's Brody's age.
Brody's age.
Just Brody walking up. It's like what he did at the comic book store.
Yeah, dude, and I was right next to him. It literally took all of 5 seconds for me looking up to turn back and he was just holding something in his hands.
Yeah.
There are signs everywhere at Astro Zombies that are like, hey,
See?
You break it, you buy it. Like if you bend the package, these are collectibles, but that's the thing, there are signs everywhere.
Right.
There wasn't even a sign or anything on the
No.
sculpture. Not that kids should ever touch anything like that.
Yeah, I was 5 years old. I think this is some of the news report.
I hear yelling. Where is your mother? Maybe this is like 800 or something. No, it's $132,000.
Oh, gosh.
I'm sorry. We're finished here. My children are well supervised, but all people get distracted. It's in the main walkway, not a separate room, not plexiglass, not protected, not held down.
There's a societal responsibility that you may not interact with it, if it's not designed for interaction.
What do you guys think? Do you think the parents should be on the hook for $132,000? And what's the most expensive thing your kid has broken? You guys can chime in.
Man, this is tough. Because honestly, it's like, well, what's insurance for? Right?
Yeah, right.
That's why places like that probably have insurance. It wasn't protected. It wasn't.
But now the insurance company wants to sue them.
Right. Because on the flip side, it's like, but watch your kids.
But there was no signage whatsoever.
So I don't even know if I want to talk about this. It's not even that expensive. I had this really amazing Spider-Man bust thing. Wasn't a toy, wasn't an action figure. It was a porcelain collectible, right? I keep doing the hand things like that because that's what he looks like, or at least what he looked like. Because long ago, I had him protected behind glass and had some family members over. And one of those family members somehow, some way, because it was like a barbecue. We were all hanging out. My relative, child, family member, who shall remain nameless, somehow got into it, and I just remember looking over and seeing him doing this number.
Oh no!
And shattering an arm off of him.
How much is it worth?
I want to say.
What? Come on.
Few hundred.
Few $100? Yeah, that's still
Not
that's
even
a lot of money.
thousands.
That's a lot of money, though.
But hundreds,
yeah,
right?
No, that's a lot of money.
And I was so devastated, but I didn't even say any. Like, I got Gorilla Glue, and I tried my best to make it look cool. Still have him. Missing fingers. The cool Spider-Man thing, definitely. It's like this weird
It's all mangled.
claw arm.
It's all mangled.
Not even funny. Like, not even joking. I mean, it's hilarious every time I see it, but just shattered it.
Yeah.
No regard, and never even like, my bad.
Yeah.
This happened to me twice, which is amazing because I also had this pretty incredible Cable, my favorite collectible hero man, and some friends, kids. So, like, seriously, how does this happen? You know what? You're at a barbecue, kids are being crazy, somehow got into my locked curio cabinet behind glass.
Gosh.
But never, ever did anybody ever go, dude, I bet that was expensive. You should let me pay for that. You know what I mean? Never. It was like, oh, that stinks. Oh, well.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
So kids will definitely cause a ruckus from time to time. So I understand them wanting the parents to pay for it, but on the flip side, we're talking about a $132,000 statue that wasn't encased in glass, that had no warning signs.
Yeah.
That was just chilling in the middle of the area.
This was at a Tomahawk Ridge Community Center. He was a 5-year-old kid, and he walked up and grabbed the sculpture, and then it fell
I
over
don't get that either, though.
and shattered.
Stephanie chimed in and said, but this comes down to respect. Children should be taught to respect other people's things. You would think so.
It's a pretty expensive
you would
lesson.
Hope so. It is an expensive lesson. Sadly, I've learned this one multiple times.
See,
because parents, not every parent is going to teach their kids that respect.
There's lessons to be learned on both sides, because you teach the kid, okay, don't touch things, and you teach the people at the community center, hey, how about not put up a $132,000 sculpture?
Yeah.
And if you're going to do that, put it in a glass case or put it somewhere where it can't get knocked over. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
That they would do that.
Yeah, Jared says, I'm in the you should be watching your young kids camp, but the way that art was situated was really stupid considering its alleged worth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, here's the video right here. So here's the kid.
Wait, there's surveillance footage.
Oh, no, the kid's right there. Let me rewind
Oh, no! Yeah.
Give me the rewind button here.
It's right there.
There we go.
Okay. So the kid's in the middle of the room.
Oh my gosh, he's
No
grabbing
one
it.
is even anywhere
There's
near
another kid
him.
right
Oh
there.
my gosh. Okay, you know what? Watching the footage, never mind. Where's the stupid parents?
Where's the
Where are
parents
the
at?
stupid parents? Change my mind.
Where are
Watch
they?
the video evidence. It is not. They described it. Man, those parents are so good.
Right?
It is like in the corner of this room, and the kid has to like reach up above his head to allegedly hug said statue. It is on a tall pedestal out of arm's reach of the child. It took that child a minute to try and get up there to get said statue.
Right?
In a very nice looking art gallery.
That's so funny.
Where are the parents?
And
I'm glad that kid's not
there-
dead.
there's somebody
it's
right
seriously
here.
like a giant bust of a statue of a person. That kid is on an island all alone.
Yeah, that's
For real.
That's tough.
No.
There is a woman
Nope.
that's right there.
Nope.
I don't know if that's the mom though. That's the problem.
No.
I don't think that would be the mom, because she probably would have ran
So
over there.
funny. Like watching the video, I'm like, never mind.
Yeah, but still, 5 years old, and there's
5
no
years old,
signage.
left two of their own devices
Yeah,
right there.
But what if
That
mom's
kid's
right
like-
there? What
that
if
kid's
mom's
like,
right there?
Okay, cool. That kid is climbing up to try and hug this statue.
But hold on, mom's sitting right there, and what if this is obviously blocking mom's view because there's something in front of where the kid is grabbing the statue?
That kid needs to be spanked for the rest of their life. Watching this video, I'm like, nope. Because my son is the exact same age. There is no way my child would ever, at an art museum, climb up to try and hug a statue.
That's so funny.
The way they make it sound, it's like the kid was just walking and then he sees this statue that's like eye level and it's like, I just want to hug this thing that's in front of me. Nah, dude. Kid is climbing up a pedestal to try and get his arms around this thing that is clearly put up above the level where a child should be able to touch it.
At 10, a $132,000 mistake by a young boy, all caught on camera in Overland Park. Now, a Metro family might be on the hook to pay for that.
41 Action News reporter Tom Dempsey shows us how this mistake quickly spiraled out of control.
Sarah Goodman remembers the wedding reception at Tomahawk Ridge Community Center.
Those parents totally look like they don't care about their kids.
Starting off with plenty of celebration.
I think there was a few different parties going on, bridal showers, birthday parties.
A joyous occasion that in a moment turned into something much different.
I hear yelling, "Where is your mother?"
Surveillance video capturing Sarah's 5-year-old son hugging a
Yeah, there's
sculpture
no
on display
grown-up even
before
in
it
there.
There's
topples
one right
over
there.
on top of him.
There's a
He
grown-up
struggles for a bit when suddenly it falls to the ground. After rushing in to help, Sarah soon learned the sculpture's price tag.
Maybe this is like 800 or something. No, it's $132,000.
She's not even in the room, guys.
I'm sorry.
She's not even
We're
in the room.
finished here.
Damage that an insurance company said the family would be on the hook to pay for.
My children are well supervised.
Where? Okay, there's another shot here. There's a kid there, and there's two adults there. But
Neither of
that's
which
not-
are the parents.
Yeah,
and
they're
by
not
the
even
way,
in the room.
if the story says community center, that sure looks like an art museum to me. Like, look at that. What is that? They make it. The parents are painting out like we were at a community center, and it was no, dude. There's like art installations. There's art all over the walls.
Yeah,
It is a
$132,000
very
sculpture.
swank-looking place. It is not.
But all people get distracted.
The two parents now questioning the safety of the display.
It's in the main walkway, not a separate room, not plexiglass, not protected, not held down.
The city calling the incident an unfortunate situation.
Wait, is that the mom? Is that the mom right there?
Maybe.
That might be the mom that's in the
Gosh.
room.
But
Somebody says, check out the video on this link. You look at the video. Somebody said, I just saw the video. Big room, kids running around completely unsupervised. Parents on the hook. I would never take my kids to up in Santa Fe, they have, what is that road called? I don't even remember what it's called right now. It's like all these like high art places. I couldn't, I would be gripping my child in like a death lock, never letting him out of my sight because there's so much expensive art up there. I wouldn't even want him breathing on it. Which is why he's never been on that road. Gold Canyon, is that what it's called? I don't even
I'm not
remember.
sure. Yeah, so
it's like, okay.
Should the parents be on the hook for $132,000 because their 5-year-old kid walked up to this sculpture, put his arms around it, trying to get it off of this little
But
area.
he has to let's be real, it's not eye level. He has to get up there to try and
he's on his tippy toes.
get his arms around it. Like on his tippy toes, and that's why it topples over because he's basically trying to grab at it, but he can only get to the base of it.
Again, there's no signage or anything that says don't touch. And the parent didn't know it was $132,000.
On the flip side, somebody chimed in and said, hey, we have marble statues worth a couple thousand at work, and we anchor them down. Irresponsible on the business side, too.
Right?
Because that kid, he is so lucky he didn't get squished.
Well, yeah, he hurt
seriously.
his face because he was all running, holding his face
Yeah.
after he got knocked over.
Canyon Road, thank you. It's called Canyon Road. That was not the mom that was sitting there, by the way. That was someone else's mom. Mom wasn't even in the video. Like, that's somebody else's
Wow.
mom yelling. Remember the mom said she
Yeah.
heard somebody yelling, "Where's your parents?" She's not even
Well,
in
where
this
were the
giant
parents at?
room. No clue. Okay.
artwork should not have been touched.
There's a societal responsibility that you may not interact with it, if it's not designed for interaction.
An expensive price tag, leaving the family wondering what could lie ahead.
So the insurance company says, and if they're going to take it to lawyers, we don't know.
An insurance company claimed the parents to be negligent for not monitoring their children. After the incident, though, the family contacted their homeowner's insurance provider about paying for the damage.
So somebody said it's not a playground. It's not a kid's environment. The parents should not be away from their children like that. It is a giant room. The way that she paints the picture, it's in a main walkway. It's like, no, it is not, woman.
It's like in an art gallery.
It's what it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, somebody else said they are in an art museum. Why would there be signage? It's implied. Now, we got to know, where were they? Because it looks like an art museum, but
It says it's
keeps
at the
saying
Tomahawk Ridge Community Center.
Tomahawk Ridge Community
in
Center.
Overland Park, Kansas.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know what other things are in that community
Right.
center.
I'm like, why? What is this community center doing with a bunch of really expensive art?
I mean,
it's a neighborhood community center with modern comforts and a contemporary chic appeal. I'm going to their main website. There's a tour of the fitness center, gymnasium, childcare, and banquet facilities.
Yeah, I really wish we knew like what the parents were doing. Why
is there a bunch of expensive art in this community center?
That's a good, $132,000.
Especially when it's
sculpture?
like a fitness room, a this, a that. And it's like, well, why is a community center displaying really expensive art?
So is it pretty mixed with people saying that parents should pay for it, or
Yeah,
business?
somebody said artsy people are a bit crazy though. Shouldn't be interacted with if it's not meant for it. How do you know if art is meant for interaction? Somebody said, my daughter doesn't leave my eyesight in public. Didn't until she was 10. Guess what? She's never broken anything. Somebody said, wait, it was a community center? Where was this? Snobville?
Exactly. Yeah, $132,000 sculpture.
Somebody said, pay up, parents, because watch your children. Just because you're at a wedding or whatever doesn't mean you can forget about your kids. Yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said my 3-year-old son has never broken anything, but did purchase $100 in credits for some app to take feed of his cat. Take feed of his cat?
Take feed of his cat?
Somebody else said, why would you have a statue of that worth in a place where kids are going to be running around?
Yeah.
Art museums have security. This is also why you have insurance.
Right. Yep.
Oh, gosh.
That's my guess, is that they're probably not going to have to pay for it because there was no signage.
Yeah, but
the thing wasn't anchored down.
Man alive, these parents. They're not even in the room. Like, they're just letting their kids run around like crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody says, when I take my kids somewhere and things don't belong to us, the rule is hands in your pockets. This is something that has been taught to them since they could walk.
It's a good rule.
Somebody else said, she's raising a snowflake. This kid's going to think he can get away with anything. Somebody else says a lot of places like that have general signage at entrances designated that the entire area is not to touch.
Okay, but all right, Steve-O, you have a 5-year-old. Let's say this happened to Brody. Let's say you took your eyes off of Brody for a second, right? He runs over to the sculpture. Let's just say he runs over.
Yeah.
Not saying Brody would do this.
Yeah.
But he does, and he did it at the comic book store. He grabbed an expensive
a toy. Yeah.
And he's like, Dad, look, and it's worth hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's say it's a $132,000 toy that he broke. How would you handle that? Would you be like, no way, bro. Like, it's $132,000.
Like, I just don't, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to sound like a snobby parent because I love my Jeter boys and they're pretty well behaved. I couldn't fathom them acting like that wherever we were. Like, those kids were running around a room completely unsupervised. The parents aren't even in the same room as their kids.
Yeah, but you're saying you were in the same room as Brody and he ran
No,
up.
but that's the difference. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I took my eyes off him for a second.
Yeah.
The difference is This kid's running around just kind of playing with everything. No one's watching him. And next thing you know, he's pulling down this giant statue.
I get it.
There's a huge difference.
Huge
difference.
But the thing is, you took your eyes off of Brody for a second.
I know, it's
and
possible.
he ran over
I get
and
that it's
grabbed this
possible.
toy that he wasn't supposed to touch. So,
man.
and if he would have broke that, would you have been like, okay, you know what? I'll pay for it.
Yeah, man.
Is a $132,000 Transformer? There's only one in existence.
This is the thing. Is it really $132,000? Like, you get that appraised. Like, are you kidding me?
I mean,
it's
I don't know.
$132,000 statue at a community center.
I don't know.
You don't think the insurance is like putting it on?
I mean, maybe.
Because that's what's happening. People are like, where's the insurance company? So essentially what's happening is the insurance company now is suing the parents for negligence.
Yeah.
Like the insurance company is taking care of it, but they're suing the family for negligence. Kind of like a car insurance company suing an uninsured motorist to take care of damages.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
505-338-3700 if you'd like to call in. Good morning.
Hey, so is this a community center operated and owned by the city government?
That's a good question too. I don't know. We don't know.
Because if right, and we don't know, because if they're an actual community center like they are here, they're owned and run by the Parks and Recreation Department of the city. And my first question would be, whose bright idea was it to take taxpayer dollars and spend it on a very, very expensive art piece to put in a rather not safe area? You know, like all questions aside, parents should have been watching the kids a little better if there was more this artwork around, regardless of the price. And maybe a sign would have been nice, but it's one of those things where you would think you would know not to touch anything. But
so here's what it's.
We should just call them.
My question is, what city spends that much money on
I got
an
the
art
phone
piece?
number.
You got the phone number?
I got the phone number.
So
we should just call
in the
them.
article, it said this was a piece that was loaned to us that we are responsible for. That's public money. Spokesperson Sean Riley explained. We are responsible to protect the public investment.
So was it? Yeah.
Yeah. So because they filed an insurance claim, and then the insurance company contacted the Goodman family, and now the insurance company is handling it, saying, you know what, you guys are on the hook for this. Like, we're not paying this. You guys need to pay up.
But of all the places you could have put an expensive statue that you were loaned,
yeah,
you're going to put it in a place where the community uses frequently. And it even said there was a daycare center. What happens if one of the kids gets loose or something like that?
Yeah.
It would make sense if you put it in like the city hall or the city courts or something like that. But I'm still trying to wrap my head around why you would put something that expensive in a place used by
You're not wrong there.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yes, because I'm on their website now, and it's like a fitness center, a gymnasium, a child care center, a banquet facility. It's available for private parties, meetings, and gatherings, and it is city run. So
yeah, and it was on loan. Somebody loaned it to them to have on display.
So weird,
so crazy.
Anyways,
thanks, man.
Yep. Have a great day, guys.
Latest.
Man, people are blowing up the lifeline.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think the parents of this 5-year-old kid that knocked down the $132,000 sculpture should be on the hook for it? Have to pay up? Or, chime in. What's the most expensive thing your kid has broken? Can you top $132,000?
Man, somebody says, I don't even let my 4-year-old daughter touch anything at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, right.
Much less this kind of place.
That's why leashes are good when they're little. 505-585-LIVE if you want to text into the show. You can also call us, 505-338-3700. And we're hanging out on YouTube and Facebook Live at Star 88 FM. You guys can chime in. We'll be right back.
Stephen Furtick makes it come alive in this Star PowerPoint.
I don't even really feel like what you think I am. I don't even really feel like I deserve this title. And I'm doing the job. And I'm filling the position. But can I be honest with you? Sometimes I feel more like a little boy than I do like a dad. It's the difference between the title others give me and the truth I tell myself. And Paul knew a truth about himself that caused him to always feel a little unworthy of his title. He said, I'm the least of the apostles, and I don't deserve to be called an apostle. Yeah. That's like the singers who just sing so good, and then you're like, oh, you know, that was so good. And they go, shut up. You know you can sing.
That's a PowerPoint on Star 88.
Star 88 thanks Jake Canales at Doorway Home Loans for becoming a power partner. Jake Canales at Doorway Home Loans provides VA, FHA, USDA, and conventional home loans for purchase and refinance mortgages. Jake Canales, Doorway Home Loans, 505-261-5138. Doorway.com/Jake-Canales. Philippians 4:13. NMLS number 310617. Doorway Home Loans, a DBA of International City Mortgage Incorporated. NMLS number 222730.
For over 40 years, La Salita Restaurant has been serving New Mexican food to Albuquerque. From starters like soups, salads, and Cindy nachos to entrees like chili rellenos, burrito de Eduardo, the BOG burrito, and carne adobada. La Salita is friendly to those who are vegan or gluten-free and offers catering, as well as a rewards program at 1950 Wantabo or online at lasalita.com. Star 88 thanks La Salita for their support.
J. Vernon McGee said, we either crucify or crown Jesus by our lives. That's the Solar Flare on Star 88.
I take for granted every moment, clock in, clock out. I miss the small things, should be recording right here, right now. And I see it all for what it is. This is my one chance to live. Take it all. Forgotten. Breathe in the moments that take your breath away. Taste and see everything the makers made. Take it all in, take it all in. Open the grace that He so freely gives. Take it all in, take it all in. Open the grace that He so freely gives. Take it all in, take it all in. Open the grace that He so freely gives. Take it all in, take it all today.
President Trump will soon be heading to Capitol Hill to talk immigration options with House Republicans.
We want a country with heart. But when people come up, they have to know they can't get in. Otherwise, it's never going to stop.
The consumer alert and something you may not have noticed about your credit cards if you haven't tried to use any of those perks in a while.
Are slowing down. Major banks are rolling back benefits they offer credit card holders.
President Trump taking direct aim at China over trade.
I always say we have rebuilt China. They've taken so much.
You see the markets reacting.
And the Dow off today, 287 points.
That parents brawl in the stands, it happened at a girls 12 and under softball tournament in Kingsport, Tennessee. Nearly a dozen parents, both teams disqualified.
Dramatic video shows a tornado touching down in Colorado.
Heavy rains caused widespread flooding throughout the Midwest.
In Illinois, Good Samaritans helped rescue a 70-year-old man as floodwaters swallowed his car.
Oh my gosh, news. Yeah. Crazy. Welcome to the show, everybody. Dex and Steve-O, live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We're talking about this 5-year-old kid who was at a community center in Kansas, and there's an art gallery inside the community center, and there's video footage, there's surveillance footage of this 5-year-old walking up to this $132,000 sculpture on his tippy toes, grabbing it with both hands, and it falls over, and it doesn't look like it shattered, or I mean, I don't know, maybe something broke on it, but it's a $132,000 sculpture. And in the video, the parents aren't anywhere around, and so the insurance company for the community center contacted the family and said, "You guys are on the hook for this. You guys need to pay up $132,000. Parents like, no, we're not doing that. There's no signage. The sculpture wasn't hooked to anything. It just standing on it's just sitting there on a stand."
I'll tell you what, though. Here's my frustration. This mom, who was clearly in the wrong, her kid's like climbing on this art installation. She is nowhere to be found. The statue topples over. The kid grabs his face because he clearly hurt himself.
Yeah.
Some other lady runs up and says, "Where's your parents?" And the kid goes like crying, running out of the room. And she's like yelling at this kid, "Where's your parents?" And you're watching the surveillance footage, and at no time does the mother of the child ever enter the camera shot.
Right.
Ever. Like, she's clearly not around. She's doing something else entirely.
Smoking a ciggy outside or something.
Well, she said they heard a bunch of commotion, and she was like, "Who's yelling at my son?"
Yeah.
And like finally came around, and the whole time when you hear this mother talk, she's like, "I was expecting them to ask if my son was okay. Nobody even asked him if he was all right.
He could have
And
died.
He could have died." And she's like super on the defense, not at all taking responsibility for the fact that her kid was running around like a fool and she was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, here's a clip of the mom.
I hear yelling, "Where is your mother? Maybe this is like 800 or something." No, it's $132,000. I'm sorry. We're finished here. My children are well supervised, but all people get distracted. It's in the main walkway, not a separate room, not plexiglass, not protected, not held down.
See, that's a lie.
There's a societal responsibility.
Right. That's a lie, because it isn't a separate room. Unless she's over, that lady's asking where the mom's at, and she's clearly not in the room.
She never even comes into the shot.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
I was just thinking they ought to do like Trump and just build a wall around it. Keep everybody out.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's a porous border.
I'm just, wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't go with like they should remove the kid from the home because it's a misdemeanor and then like separate the family or
Wow,
something.
I don't know.
I mean.
Oh, no, those are Obama era rules.
The wall
We do
jokes
Trump, build
just,
the wall.
I mean, okay.
All right. Thank
Man.
you. Yeah.
It's too easy, guys. It's too easy.
I feel like both parties are at fault here.
Yeah.
Both are at fault.
yeah.
The parents are at fault, and so is this community center because they didn't have it on lockdown.
Right.
They could have had it in a glass sculpture for $132,000. If somebody lent you a sculpture that's worth $132,000, wouldn't you want to protect that sculpture?
Right.
And they didn't do that.
Somebody said if her son had been crushed by that thing, if her son had died, seriously, because it's a
could've
heavy
happened.
statue
Could've happened.
toppling over on him, the sinner would have been sued for allowing the statue to be displayed insecurely.
Yeah.
Not wrong there. Somebody said, I would hate to be the judge for this lawsuit. There's so much shared responsibility in the situation. The family was negligent, but I would also say the community center was failing to display art properly in light of its worth. They are both responsible. So crazy to me.
Yeah.
It is insane. It's a community center. Like,
yep.
Why do you have this art? Somebody did chime in and say they were from said county. Man, it's way. There we go. Overland Park is like the Scottsdale of Kansas.
Wow.
Because somebody else chimed in. Man, so many people chiming in, but somebody chimed in and said that area, if you will, that county is very affluent. And yeah.
All right, so a couple things. What's the most expensive thing your kid has broken? And do you think the parents should be on the hook for $132,000? Go ahead.
My thought is why would you expect anything different? Because we're a whole nation of people that don't take responsibility for our actions in any way.
Yeah. I agree with that for sure. I mean, the mom at no point is taking any responsibility
for the fact that she just wasn't even
right.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's crazy about it. She's not taking in. Sounds like she's even lying too. And now she's even saying in the report that, and maybe this is true, but she's saying that her kid is having nightmares, and he's having a hard time sleeping because of the statue falling over on him. Maybe that's true. I don't know.
I don't know. I've had two boys and they were well behaved, but yeah, they do troublesome things, but never anything like that. And if we make a big deal out of something, then they're gonna take it as a big deal too, So that's probably where the nightmares are coming from.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for chiming in.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Somebody chimed in and said, we saw the Da Vinci exhibit here, and I did not even let my babies out of their strollers. They are 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird because I would love to call the community center, because why are they displaying the art at this community center where there's a gym and there's a fitness center, there's a child care facility there, and yet they have an art installation there as well? Why?
I know. And even if we called, they couldn't talk about it because it's all, I mean, they're suing, so that's a situation where they can't even talk about it. I'm sure.
Katrina says she should start a GoFundMe to pay for it. Poor kid just wanted to hug. Shame on the parents for not watching him. Shame on the center for not keeping it in a better place. Jay Marie said, getting to your question, the most expensive thing my kids have ever broken, my heart.
You know what?
Dang.
Me too.
Dang.
Me too.
Rebecca says, I'm sorry. I think $132,000 is too much. But I'm an events coordinator. I host weddings, anniversaries, birthday parties, etc. People allow their kids to run around unsupervised. I feel like they think it's a free babysitter. The parents were in the wedding while their kids were running around in the halls and the lobby. What about not knowing who's around your kid? Could have been taken in a little time, and there would be a whole different situation. Why wouldn't you want to watch your kids? I will say there is something to be said about that. So often, you just see them running around. Here it happens, right?
Yeah.
You've got different groups meeting at different times, and at times here at the church campus, there's not childcare provided. And how many times have we been walking around on campus, and then you're going over to the water fountain going, hey kids, can you please not pick up rocks and throw them at the marble?
Yeah.
Seriously.
It happens.
Hey, where are your parents? Yeah. Oh, one's over in this ministry group right now.
Right.
They'll be back in an hour. And you're like, you are 5 years old. There are plenty of times where parents just don't care.
Yeah.
They just let their kids do whatever they want, and they don't think about the consequences. So there's something to be said for that. That is for sure.
A little kid in Kansas recently knocked over a statue inside a community center. Now the parents might be on the hook for $132,000.
Oof.
I honestly don't think they're going to be on the hook for $132,000 because both, like we said, both parties were in the wrong. There was no signage. They didn't have the thing on lockdown. For $132,000, they should have had that thing bolted somehow to the wall.
Yeah. Somebody chimed in and said, when I was 3 years old, I got out of my car seat belt, crawled to the front seat with the door open, and knocked the car into gear.
Oh.
It idled across the street and knocked down our neighbor's fence.
Oh, my God.
My dad had to help them rebuild it.
Oh, man.
Dang, dude. Glad you're alive.
No kidding,
Glad
right?
you're okay.
Oh. Yeah.
Gosh.
What did your kid do? What did your kid do when you stopped paying attention to him?
Gosh. Right?
Because as a parent,
Things
when they're
can
little,
happen in a moment.
They can get away from you pretty quick. I've
Yep.
lost my kids a couple times.
Dude, when I was little, it was my mom and the 3 Jeter children. Me, Scotty, and my baby sister Sarah. And we had an old Oldsmobile that they were called suicide doors. So the backseat doors open backwards. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And seriously, somehow, some way, my sister, who was like 2, I think, unbuckled her seatbelt and opened the door. Because this was the 80s.
Yeah.
There wasn't like the child locks that they have now. Opened the door while my mom was driving and flew out of the car.
Oh, my gosh. How fast was your mom going?
I don't know. I was like 6.
Your mom never said?
I mean, I was 6.
She was going 80, bro. Say 80.
Okay.
Just make
this
up
was
a story.
the ADs. No, she was not going that fast because my sister is still alive.
Yeah.
So, but my sister fell into the street like while my mom was driving. We're screaming. She had to slam on her brakes and jump out and start like waving down traffic so nobody hit my sister. Like at a moment's notice.
Wow.
And she has like stitches in her head because of it.
Jeez.
So I get that like things happen.
Yeah.
Like in an instant. This wasn't in an instant.
Well, yeah, the parents weren't even in the same room.
There's security camera footage. These kids are just kind of running around doing their own thing. Mom has no clue where her kids are. The kid knocks over the statue, and another grown-up in the room like kind of runs over, and the kid's like grabbing his face and runs away as this grown-up is like yelling for them to come back. Right. Mom never enters the picture.
Yeah, and the mom's upset.
Not even around.
That nobody was upset that her kid was hurt. She didn't take responsibility at all for her kid grabbing it.
Man.
505-585-LIVE. You want to text into the show?
Somebody said, wouldn't the community center have insurance on the statue? Why can't the parents just pay a deductible for it? So what happened is the insurance company is covering it, and now that insurance company is suing the family.
Yeah.
So that's why they're on the hook for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Somebody says, not disciplining and giving your kids structure leads to an issue as an adult. For example, a grown man watching The Bachelorette. Terrible parenting.
Oh. Yeah, Bill Peterson. Yeah. I caught him watching it all alone.
Okay.
He's all by himself.
Stacy said, my daughter clogged the toilet by stuffing toilet paper in it when she was about 3 years old. About an inch of water in the bathroom. Soaked the carpet in the hallway. About $200 for that. Never trust a silent child of that age.
Oh, my gosh. Jeez.
But April May says a 5-year-old tipped it over. That just goes to show how unstable this statue was.
Yeah.
If a 5-year-old can, yes, also true. Man, they could have at least roped it off cheap and easy. If the community center made an effort to insure it, they were negligent in securing it.
Especially if somebody from the city said, you know what, we're going to loan this to you. You could have it on display. They should have done everything they possibly could to make sure that something like this wouldn't happen.
Somebody said when I was little, I was mischievous. I had this thing for pushing buttons. And one time we were at Coronado Mall inside the Montgomery Wards. Oh, remember Montgomery Wards?
I remember Montgomery
Yeah, I
Wards.
totally forgot about. I saw this big red button on the bottom of the escalator, and granted, this was during Christmas shopping time. Well, couldn't control myself. Walked over to the escalator that was going up, and guess what I did? I pushed the big red button, stopped the escalator abruptly. A few people fell. I ran. An alarm went off. I come around the corner, and guess who's waiting there for me because they knew that it had to have been me. I got a good old spanking in the store and a pinch on the neck for that one. Yeah.
Man, even as an adult, you see a red button, you have to push it.
Oh, praise God for people being okay. I turned my back for a second one time and turned back around. Our 2-year-old twins walking on our pool cover.
Wow.
That's why we don't own a pool, man. Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah. Somebody said, unfortunately, this family will declare bankruptcy. Yeah. Yep.
I really can't see them being on the hook for this. I really can't, because there's no signage and it wasn't bolted to the wall. That's crazy to me that it wasn't.
Yeah.
For $132,000, that's insane. You know, it might be a different story if it was worth, like the mom said, $800. Okay. All right. It doesn't even look like the statue got like broken, though, is the thing.
Yeah.
So you guys can watch the video if you want. I guess type in kid knocks over sculpture. That's where the $132,000, and the video will pull up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty crazy to see it. But it's another reminder to be careful when you have little ones, especially, kids get killed every year from a dresser falling over. You know, they'll pull the drawers out and they'll climb up. That thing will fall over on top of them. So it's so important to bolt dressers to the wall. Just anything heavy like that, because it can happen so quick, man. Things can fall over and just crush those little guys.
Somebody said my 3-year-old was big into arts and crafts, so we bought her a little plastic scissors so she could cut paper. One day she got into my wife's purse and took an undisclosed amount of money to try to make flowers out of them. It was the cutest heartbreak I've ever had.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Chill, bro.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yep, leashes, guys. Put leashes on your kids.
No, that's all. Oh, gosh.
That's what I did. Leash them up.
Speaking of being distracted, I was distracted. I missed the end of the game. Portugal 1, Morocco 0.
Is that who you wanted to win?
Yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Are you kidding me? I want Ronaldo to go all the way.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right. Thank you for chiming in. 505-585-LIVE. You want to text into the show. We're also hanging out on Facebook Live and YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. We'll be right back. Hang on.
We all want the best future for our children. Our next generation of leaders need a strong foundation. With small classes, a great sports program, and affordable tuition, Evangel Christian Academy strives to equip students for the work God has for them. ECA's mission is to shape and empower the Christ-loving leaders of tomorrow. By using a leadership-driven and individualized learning model, our staff can better prepare your student to stand strong in their faith and be ready for the real world. ECA also utilizes dual credit through C&M by offering 4 courses on our Academy campus taught by our staff. Since 1976, Evangel Christian Academy has been serving children from preschool through 12th grade and is fully accredited. We are located at 4501 Montgomery Boulevard Northeast in Albuquerque and are currently enrolling for the 2018-19 school year. Please contact Evangel Christian Academy for a tour today at 505-883-4674 or go online to ecanm.info. That's ecanm.info.
This is a fresh thought. Listen up to Levi Lusko.
We're all falling into the same rhythm as we all make much of Jesus, as we all lift up his name. We're all becoming like each other, and the pull of the world is diminishing as our eyes are open once again to the majesty of God. We're becoming like each other because we're spending time together. My friend Pastor Craig Groeschel likes to put it this way, and I don't think I could put it better than this. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. If you show me who you're hanging out with, who you're doing life with, who are the core relationships in your life, I'll know where you're heading because you're going to drift towards those things. We've become like those that we do life with. Why? Because they're going to be there to rumble certain things and to not rumble certain things. And if you're hanging out with the wrong people, they're going to rumble the wrong things.
For more fresh thoughts, go to LeviLusco.com. This is Star 88 at 88.3 FM, KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and online at star88.fm. Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Big Dave, how we feeling?
Huge day. I want it now.
No.
You think you have it rough? Here's another example of real problems of the rich.
I had just gotten my car detailed here at the house, and they parked it right next to the sprinklers. It's got water spots all over the right side. I'm going to call them and give them an earful.
This has been Real Problems of the Rich.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Jackson, Steve-O.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, we had amazing lobster butter on Saturday as we hung out with Larry O'Brien and a bunch of other fantastic people. Yes. Lobster butter.
Dude, we just got events on events on events coming up. Oh! Gotta get my body ready.
Yeah, bro, you better get in your fighting shape because we got Freedom Fest coming up.
Freedom Fest, wow. Can't believe you called it Freedom Fest.
Oh, yeah, that's not what it's called, is it?
That's weird. That's so weird.
Why didn't they call it Freedom Fest?
Because that's a completely different event at a completely different time. That was Labor Day weekend. Which is funny because back in the day it started on 4th of July weekend, which is why it used to be called Freedom Fest.
Okay.
Freedom celebration coming up next weekend. Man. Isotopes Park.
Yep.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we got the pre-show, man.
Heck yeah. 5 o'clock. Kicks off. Free event. You seriously do not want to miss this.
You like fireworks?
I do. I do like fireworks.
Both nights, all fireworks. 10th Avenue North, Mount Mar, Sarah Reeves, Trip Lee. Oh, it's free. It's free, guys. It's free. It's free. So come and hang out with us. It'll be a lot of fun. Isotopes Park next weekend. Oh, 505-585-LIVE if you'd like to chime in, be a part of the show. We'd love to hear from you. So, J.R. Smith, he's the guy during the NBA
the
Finals.
Guy that ruined all of the finals.
Yeah, pretty much.
All of them.
Yeah, he forgot the score. He forgot the score, what the score was in the final seconds of one of the games. And rather than call a timeout to give the Cavs a chance to win, he dribbled the ball away from the basket to run the clock out. He completely blew it, and they're auctioning off his jersey that he wore. How much do you think it's going up for?
$7.
$8. Yep, $8.
Why would anybody want that? Like, why would you want that?
In the description for the jersey, it says, quote, JR played 38 minutes and registered 10 points with 2 assists and 6 rebounds. There's no mention of his blunder. The jersey's valued at more than $8,000. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? $8,000?
That is stupid to me. People will just buy anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like 130. Who bought the $132,000 sculpture? That's what I want to know. If you just had endless money, if you just had money that you could throw away, would you buy? Would you spend money on that if it was art? Because a lot of people love art, so they'll spend millions of dollars on art.
You just said if I had endless money.
Endless money.
So of course you'd buy things that
but
to other people wouldn't matter.
That's the thing, though. It's like, I don't know if I could.
If you had endless money,
still, even if I had endless money, I don't know if I could spend that kind of money on something. I don't know,
would buy,
man.
Oh, you would buy some stupid stuff. If you had endless money, I know you.
I know, but it doesn't seem like it. You'd
be like, I paid $43,000 for a hang sesh with Ryan from The Bachelor. He's going to be at our house tonight for a barbecue. Are you coming? I'm like, oh my gosh, you spent how much? Doesn't matter. Endless money.
Endless money, man.
Endless money, man.
Yeah, money's no object.
Endless money. Gosh. What a terrible question. Of course I would buy dumb things if I had endless money.
Okay, but endless money is how much to you?
You just said endless. That means
I know.
endless.
I forget that you take everything so literal.
Well, that's because that's what you said.
Endless money
if
to
money
me.
Just constantly, like I had a fountain in the backyard that constantly just flowed hundies
you took it very
or something.
Literal. I shouldn't have said
endless means endless.
Endless money.
It will never
means,
dry up.
Like if you won $100 million, to me that's endless money.
Oh my gosh, that's not endless.
To me, that's endless money.
You got to invest properly.
With $100 million?
Yes.
I mean,
bro.
yeah, I guess you're right. People do
for
go
the next
bankrupt.
generation of Jeters and the generation after that.
All right.
Come on.
Let's say you won $20 million in the lottery.
Oh, that's
Could
next
you?
to nothing.
Oh my God. You'd still be cheap. You are.
Of course. Because when you're entrusted with little, like however you treat that money, like I love the people who are like, oh, I'll tithe as soon as I win the lottery. And it's like, no, you're not, dude.
Yeah.
Because you are terrible with money now. You're going to be a terrible millionaire for 7 minutes. Like that's what's going to happen to people. Like seriously.
Yeah. Oh, it's true.
So if I had $20 million, I probably would still be pretty frugal. I'm pretty frugal, guys.
You would. He is very frugal.
But I come from a background of a family that was not. That was very abusive with it. That was very irresponsible with it. And I see the fruits of that. And you come to nothing.
Yeah.
You know? And so, I don't know, man. I take that very seriously.
Yeah.
Especially when we're talking money. So,
no, I
okay,
get it.
if I had $20 million, what's the question? What's the question?
The question
I won
is,
$20
if
million.
you have $20 million, would you spend $8,000 on a jersey?
No. On a J.R. Smith jersey?
But what if it was a Michael Jordan jersey?
But from what game?
I don't know. Your favorite game.
But wouldn't I rather have an Allen Iverson jersey? If it was the Allen Iverson jersey from Georgetown where they played against the Lobos.
Would you spend $8,000?
Sure.
Oh, wow. See? Yeah. He would. He would. We were talking about this the other day.
What's $8,000 when you just won $20 million? Am
Exactly.
I right?
Yeah. That's like basically like 8 cents to you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy.
But no kidding. Like when I was younger, my family just wasted money. Like I just saw it like, ugh, just might as well have lit it on fire.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing to show for it today.
Right.
And so because of that, like, yeah, you'd have to. Somebody said you would buy Netflix.
I would buy Netflix.
If you had endless money, you would just purchase Netflix.
Gosh.
No way, dude. The company, oh gosh.
I don't know.
It's a good company. You
Why
wouldn't want it to go under.
I can't believe I didn't invest in that stock. It's just, it's so much now.
Somebody said the dumbest thing I've ever seen for sale was a white T-shirt sold by Kanye West for $100, and they were sold out.
Wow.
Somebody says, if I had endless money, I'm buying a marble tub shaped like a Lamborghini, filling it with lobster butter, and taking a bath.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Then I'll have some peasants come clean up my bathroom. Okay. Gosh. Guys.
Lobster butter, yes, lobster butter.
Somebody said, KUWTJ, keeping up with the Jeters. Cue the banjo music.
Current bid right now is $10,189
That is so stupid.
for J.R. Smith's Cleveland Cavaliers.
Gosh.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
I just don't understand.
Black jersey. That is nuts. How somebody.
Yeah.
But, you know.
People spend money on stupid things all the time.
Yeah.
I bought a Transformer yesterday.
I mean, some would say that's dumb.
Exactly.
You know, some would say that's ridiculous.
But I mean, it's a classic Transformer.
It's a classic Transformer.
It's only going to go up in value. You know what I'm saying?
Is it, though?
It's a Dinobot. I have a classic Dinobot. Generation 1. You know?
What's the dumbest thing you ever bought is the topic. It's the dumbest thing. Buyer's remorse. What have you ever gotten buyer's remorse?
I think people get that a lot of time, especially when you're flippant and you don't think about it. On the flip side, I'm the guy that sometimes doesn't pull the trigger, and I have regrets about that because I am so frugal about it that it was like, we should have done that. We had an opportunity to do this, and we didn't.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the parable of the talents where it's just like burying it because you don't want to do that either.
That's true.
We're called to be good stewards, and sometimes that means, all the time, really being charitable. I heard a pastor last week say something great when we were talking about contributing to this ministry or ministries in general. You become more like God when you become a cheerful giver because God is the ultimate giver, right? Not only he's given us life, he's given us grace, he's given us eternity, he's given us so many things. He's given us a son. So when we are givers, we are becoming more like God. And I loved that because it's hard for us to want to sacrifice to give.
Yeah.
It's a sacrifice.
Right.
So
and on the flip side as well, I know a lot of times we have a hard time accepting things when people want to give us things.
Oh, dude. As we talk about being frugal, well, there was one time I remember it so well. We were at an event. I think it was a winter jam or one of those things. It was you, me, and Teo, who was our third co-host at the time. And it was cash only at this event. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
And a friend of ours who is friend of the show, really incredible dude, tried to give me a $20 bill to go buy food.
Yeah,
because
for
all
the
three of us
for
were
dinner.
clearly starving. And I was staring at that thing, and it was like, I can't take this. It's like, dude, come on, go get a hot dog. Go do something.
It's weird.
And
It's
I was
weird.
like,
yeah. Like,
no!
I'm not taking your $20.
I felt, and he looked me in the eye and he goes, do not rob me of this blessing.
Yeah.
And I was like,
okay.
Oh, gosh. Teo was like, yep.
Okay.
I got it. I got you. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take and like, but it's still hard for us sometimes to accept that when somebody is trying to be charitable, when somebody wants to give you something, you just, I don't know what it is. You got to remember that you could be robbing somebody of blessing you because they're trying to be more like, they're trying to be a giver.
I got robbed 2 days ago.
Okay.
Somebody sent me a box of money.
Stop it. Nope, not even
And
talking about this. I somehow got caught in the middle of that one. Gosh. Somebody said the dumbest thing I ever bought was a wedding, not realizing that she would eventually cheat on me and leave me. Okay, gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
Sorry, man. That's why you pre-read.
Oh, man.
Oh.
I want you to finish that.
No, it's horrible. I'm so sorry for your loss. The dumbest thing I bought was the ab roller, late night TV. Thought I was going to be ripped in 3 weeks. Buyer's remorse big time.
Yep, I've been there, done that many times. P90X, Tower 200, you name it.
Man, somebody said money is worth something until you're free enough to give it away.
Is that Dave Ramsey quote?
Dave Ramsey just chimed in. The dumbest thing I've ever spent money on is a mechanic. They charge so much when it's usually pretty easy to fix yourself. YouTube, man. YouTube. Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, I've saved hundreds by just watching dumb videos of somebody else like, all right, then you do this, then you do this. All right. Ordering the part online. Cool. Taking care of it myself. Fixed a washer, fixed my dryer.
It really depends on the type of
depend.
person and what the problem is, because you could get hurt in some situations if you don't know. And some people are just dumb and they'll make it worse.
Oh, ask my wife about this very thing, because I fixed our washer, I fixed our dryer. There's things in our house that I have fixed by watching videos, but there's one thing that still has not been fixed, even though I've tried like 3 different methods. Our ice maker went out like 2 years ago.
Oh gosh.
On our brand new, had it like months.
Did you get the warranty,
refrigerator?
You didn't get that warranty, did you?
No, because I'm like, oh, I'll fix it myself.
Yeah.
And so here it is like 2 years later, and she's still like, hey, we're out of ice again. You could go to Walgreens and get a bag of ice, or you could call someone to fix our ice maker. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the most money you've spent on something dumb?
Somebody said, I bought a Furby when they first came out. Oh, remember those things?
Yeah.
And people thought they were going to be worth a lot of money and or the Antichrist because they spoke in tongues. Do you remember that? Like, people freaked out in the
I
church.
don't remember that time.
You don't remember that?
When did that happen?
Because it spoke like weird language and people were like, it's possessed. It's demonic.
Oh my
you
gosh.
don't remember
I don't
this?
remember that.
Oh, it's a big deal.
When did that happen? When did the
when
Furby
it came
come
out? I don't know.
Was that the 90s?
I don't know. And it was like, guys, have you never seen Indiana Jones? Oh, Nam Shivai.
I feel like I need to
I'm
YouTube
like,
that right
it's
now.
It's just a Furby. Yes, look up Furby Satanic.
Satanic.
Boom!
Furby Satan?
Furby, there you go. How to exorcise a demon from a Furby. Furbies are evil and satanic. Possessed demonic Furby. This is real.
All right.
Guys, these are all videos on YouTube. Do not play them without us pre-listening.
Well, I'm just going to do the Furby.
Okay.
This is the 1998 Furby talking.
This is my 1988 Furby, and
what?
I just wanted to show you working, in case you haven't heard it before. It's a little dirty because it's old.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, Furby. You gonna speak? Where's your tickles?
Okay. Moving on. I don't trust this video. I don't trust it. Oh, that's
Okay,
speaking in
it's
English.
speaking in English.
I spoke English.
What? Speaking in tongues. What are you talking about?
I'm telling you. I'm not joking because people immediately chimed in knowing what I was talking about. The talking Furby.
Okay.
It was Furbish, and people were like, "Oh man,
Furbish.
I'm not joking."
Here's how to teach your Furby to speak English.
No. You make me so nervous when you play random YouTube videos without pre-screening. I'm not even joking. Somebody said, look up the video of a bunch of Furbies singing and talking to each other. It's so creepy. Oh, man. Somebody said, I bought a car once that turned out to be possibly stolen. It wasn't, but what a stressful time.
Huh.
All right.
Another request?
All right, let's see here.
Oh my God, silence. No, maybe not. Someone had to fart. So that I believe there's
So
8
they're
of
all-
them. This
Oh my
is
gosh.
intense.
So if somebody makes a noise, that activates them to start talking?
I never owned a Furby, man. You're talking to the wrong dude. I was Baptist.
Kind of wish I had a Furby.
Furbies were demonic.
They were demonic.
Wasn't allowed to own a Furby. Wasn't allowed to dance.
Oh my gosh.
Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, gone.
Right? Rock music? Nope. No way.
Yeah. Somebody said, speaking of money, on the flip side, when I got married, I was so strict on budgeting because of the way my family was with spending. I realized about a year later I was robbing my husband from blessing other people with acts of kindness. I've since loosened up and have trusted him with that. God sometimes had to slap me in the face with those things. Dumbest thing I ever spent money on? Car insurance. Got it a few months back. I've never used it. What a waste. Okay.
Okay, no, it's not.
Nope.
That's not bad.
Yeah, insurance. It's like you don't need it until you need it.
Mm-hmm.
Dumbest thing to spend your money on? Traffic violation tickets, somebody said. Craziest thing I've ever seen for sale? A tooth of a Boston Bruins player. It sold for $3,400.
What? Somebody bought that?
Yeah. How about this? A chewed piece of gum from Derek Jeter at a ball game. $10,000.
Wow.
Do they think that they're going to like clone him someday?
No, I just think it's because that was Derek Jeter's gum.
So weird. Yeah. Jared chimed in and said, I've never been prouder, Steve. Hashtag dad life. Hashtag frugal fathers. Yeah!
Frugal for all.
Frugal fathers.
Frugal for others. Yeah, we started talking about this J.R. Smith game-worn jersey that he wore during the NBA Finals Game 1, and it's up for auction. Right now, it's over $10,000.
Yeah.
People are they're bidding on this thing.
Cynthia said my mom bought throw pillows that were $50 each for decorative pillows. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Foster says I once bought a Nickelback CD.
Wow. He never made it as a wise man.
Stephanie's calling me out. So frugal, Steve-O, with his man toys. So frugal.
That's true.
Bought a Transformer yesterday. Listen, guys.
That's what's so crazy about
those
Steve-O.
are investments, man.
He's very frugal with his money, but when it comes to his toys, you know?
Whatever, Dexter.
Poor Chrissy. I don't know. The last time she got to purchase something, I don't even know.
Wow. Felicia said, I think someone paid $10,000 for Justin Timberlake's half-eaten French toast.
What?
Gosh, I can't. This whole segment is stressing me out. Stressing me out.
How do you know that it's Justin Timberlake's half-eaten French
I don't
toast?
know.
How do you prove that? Is it like a picture?
Somebody said I actually had a Furby for one day back when I was about 8 years old. It started talking to me in the middle of the night, and I asked my mom to take it back to the store.
Yeah, that would be a little freaky.
Yep.
Now that I think about it, I think my daughter had one of these. And it was pretty annoying.
Somebody said the worst thing I ever bought was a house in Colorado. Now I can't leave this godforsaken state.
Oh, my gosh. It's beautiful up there, though.
Dude, shout out to our listener in Colorado.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with Colorado.
I mean, it's cool.
I've never lived
sometimes.
there, but it looks like it'd be
right?
beautiful.
I've never lived there either, but I'm like, I love Denver.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd like
I also
the
love Durango. I like Colorado.
Yeah.
Colorado Springs is nice.
It's pretty.
Stephanie said when I was in college, I paid for those stupid magazine subscriptions, and it just about killed me on my very low budget.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's another big thing is looking at all the subscriptions that you have on your phone. I remember last year I went through my subscriptions because there's a and you go into settings, there's a place where you can go and look at all your subscriptions. And sometimes apps, they'll charge you monthly fees.
Oh.
So I had like 5 apps that were charging me like $2 a month, $5 a month.
Okay.
I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
That's what actually gets people these days.
Right.
It's all the cheap subscriptions. Because you got your Netflix and your Hulu, your Amazon Prime. Everybody's got all these subscriptions. And next thing you know, you're paying way more than if you just had like conventional cable or satellite or whatever. But because one of them's $10, you're like, yeah, but this is only $10.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's only $13. You're like, yeah, add all of those up.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Somebody said, are we talking dumb things that we think are dumb or just dumb things according to others? Because I've bought a few things that I love, but other people might think were stupid. Yeah.
It could be both.
Toys. Case in point.
Yeah, if you guys want to chime in, we're on Facebook Live and YouTube at Star88FM if you want to watch the show. We're just hanging out. You can also text in 505-585-LIVE. We can take a break. We're live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 Studios.
You're invited to She Ministries Pillow Talk, Sex, Jesus, and the Conversation the Church Has Forgotten. Be a part of this year's summer conference on Saturday, August 4th at 9 a.m. at Calvary Church. New York Times bestselling author, speaker, and former All-American soccer goalkeeper Mo Issam is our special guest speaker. Partake in honest and open conversation about God's original design for sex.
Jesus interrupted my story. The lust, the lies, the shame, gone. He opened my eyes and my heart to the truth about sex. Because, disclaimer, sex was God's invention. Don't you think he knows all about it? We need to talk about sex, Jesus, and the conversations the church forgot.
Registration ends on June 30th. Tickets are available at Parchment's Bookstore or online at sheabq.org.
William Tyndale said this: "We do not wish to abolish teaching and to make every man his own master. But if the teachers will not teach the gospel, the layman must have the scripture and read it for himself, taking God for his teacher." Star 88 with a solar flare.
Lately I've been reeling, watching the nightly news. Don't seem to find the rhythm, just wanna sing the blues. Feels like a song that never stops. Feels like it's never gonna. Gotta get that fire back in my bones before my heart turns into stone. So when somebody please pass the megaphone, I'll shout it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hear my prayer tonight. I'm singing to the sky. Give me strength to raise my voice. Let me testify. Oh, hear my prayer tonight. 'Cause this is do or die. The time has come to make a choice. And I choose. Let it move. Let it move. Let it move. Yeah, I choose. Let it move you. Let it move. Let it move you. Yeah, back when I was younger, my eyes were full of life. But now that I am older, I live at the speed of light. Feels like the cycle never stops. Feels like it's never gonna. Gotta get that. joy, 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 joy down in my heart to stay. Joy, 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 joy down in my heart to stay.
Here's Louis Giglio from his message, King or Pawn.
Is Jesus a pawn or is Jesus a king? Are we controlling Jesus or is Jesus controlling us?
Jesus controlling us.
And this is what we discover as we arrive in Jerusalem a little over 2,000 years ago. I don't want to be trite today in any way, but I want to make sure we remember that there was a day that Jesus Christ came before the political and the religious power of the day. And in that moment, we discover a lot about who's really running the show. And we're going to need to know that. We need to know that today for our lives. We need to know that in the days ahead for our country and for our future.
That's Louis Giglio with a Star 88 PowerPoint.
Every day another battle rages for my heart. A bullseye on my back, the devil plays his card. We play for keeps. Every scar is a little dance. Every pain, every bad romance, I won't let it get me down. I only got one chance. This is mine, this is mine. This is mine, this is mine. My moment in time. Until I see the God in the sky. Until the clouds spell out the word time. This is mine, this is mine. My moment in time. Just by the skin of my teeth, I learned to bob and weave. We go another round. We go another round. Every scar is a little dance. Every pain, every bad romance. Don't let it get you down. We only got one life. This is mine. This is mine. This is mine. This is mine. My moment in time. Until I see the God in the sky. Until the clouds spell out the word time. This is mine. This is mine. My moment in These bones you're never gonna break. 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 This is mine. This is mine. My moment in time. This is mine. This is mine. This is mine. This is mine. My moment in time. If the
Democrats say the president's switch to a zero-tolerance policy on illegal border crossings is causing the separations, and he should reverse it.
The president alone can fix it with this flick of a pen by signing a presidential order to end the agonizing screams of small children.
The president has been pushing for broader immigration reform.
Those who apply for asylum legally at ports of entry are not prosecuted. The fake news media back there doesn't talk about that.
Standing his ground on enforcing immigration law and telling Congress to close what he called crippling loopholes.
Shares of Chinese telecommunications company ZTE tumbled an additional 24%.
AT&T is joining Verizon in pledging to stop selling data to third parties who can pinpoint the location of mobile phones.
A story about Michael Jackson will hit Broadway in 2 years.
A new study published in the scientific journal PLOS finds drinking too much alcohol can increase the risk of cancer and premature death.
Good morning.
Waking up on a Wednesday morning, I'm really excited because Dexter's gonna sing to Steve. He's singing to Steve. We got a great show lined up for you, except we ruined it with 5-year-old brats who break everything. Break everything.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I've been sipping on that Albuquerque juice.
Yes.
All day long.
Steve-O is my friend.
I am his friend. Best friend.
That's all I got right now, guys.
Wow.
That's all I got.
Just wish you'd write more music with me, man.
I just,
What if one day I'm gone and then you're like Mike Shinoda wondering what to do with the rest of your existence without me?
I have diaries full of things I've written over the years.
Mm-hmm.
You can make them into songs.
That's cool.
Dex and Steve-O, good morning.
Hi. We're here.
Yep.
Just hanging.
There's a restaurant in China recently tried to draw in new customers by offering a $20 all-you-can-eat deal where people can keep coming back all month.
Oh, wait, all month?
Yeah. Yeah. 2 weeks into it, they went bankrupt.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Dude, I get like an all day. Maybe it's even like come in for the month on Mondays.
Yeah.
$20.
$20 all month. $20 a month, and you can come and eat whatever you want.
But let me be real. If there was a Chinese buffet place in town that offered $20 all you can eat for the month, I still wouldn't do it.
Yeah, what if restaurants started doing that? I mean, obviously that doesn't work, but what if it was $100 a month?
Is this unlimited? How gross is the food? Because our friend Joey Belleville, Brodus, was a sucker for those Chinese buffet places.
Yeah,
and so
I'm not
he
a
would
fan.
always drag me to them, and I kid you not, I think that's why I'm so skinny, because I got worms every time. It was the grossest.
Yeah,
I can't hang with heat lamp food, man. You know,
Well,
it's like
you ate the
check out these
sushi, bro.
baby carrots. I just love baby carrots in any Chinese dish. It's like, but does it have baby carrots? If it doesn't have baby carrots, I'm
Right.
not interested in your Chinese dish. Love baby carrots. When was the last time you had a baby carrot? Dang, dude, I'm sorry, I ruined it. Let's go to Genghis Grill today. Get some baby carrots.
Or the baby corns, those little corns.
You know, that's what I'm talking about because that's what I'm thinking,
Oh,
but I'm
no,
saying
yeah.
carrots. I hate carrots. I was thinking corn, but I was saying carrots because
Yeah.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Amazing.
Gosh, when was the last time you had some baby corn?
Yeah, I think last time I went to Genghis Grill.
Yeah, dude.
That was the
Hey,
last time.
Hey,
I know.
Don't you do me wrong.
Oh, man.
Let's do that today.
Okay, we might have
Hey,
to.
look me in the eye, though.
I can't look you in the eye.
I knew it. See,
I said
see, guys,
maybe.
I knew it.
See, I'm
he
not
said
gonna...
maybe, and he turned this way, and I knew. It's like, he's not even looking at me. He's using the bill of his hat
We've talked
to
about
not
this,
look
bro.
me in the eye.
We've talked about this before. I'm not going to say yes because right now I don't know. I don't know what my day looks like.
I love how we're talking like being frugal, and I'm immediately just into that baby corn so much. We're going to Genghis dog or anywhere there's baby corn.
Okay, all right. Think about this. All right, if there was a restaurant in town, let's say like an Applebee's type chain, okay, and it was offering for $150 a month.
Oh my gosh, why does it keep going up?
Well, I'm trying to make it worth their while. $150 a month. Would you take your family? Like, would you go every day if you spent $150 a month?
If I had done that and I had to, then
Yeah.
sure. Or if I was like at a Lobo game at halftime, I sank it from half court and it was like, you got a year's supply of Whataburger.
Yeah.
Be like, well, guess I'm eating there every day.
Yeah.
Sure, but would I pay for that? No.
And it's a year commitment.
Well,
because that's how gyms get you, man. You know, it's like you got to sign up for a year, and it's going to be $100 a month, and most likely a lot of those people aren't even going to use it.
See, somebody said, I eat all the bad Americanized Chinese food. It's delicious. No, it is not. It is so bad. Somebody else said, you get what you pay for. They mentioned a local Chinese restaurant that's only $5. Nastiest Chinese food ever. Just don't look around when you go in for it. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah. 2 weeks in to their...
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Just getting
Talking about
sick.
Chinese food.
Oh.
2 weeks in to this Chinese buffet offering their customers $20 all-you-can-eat deal, they went bankrupt.
Well, yeah. $20
done.
all you can eat for a month. Imagine being that person, though, that dropped $20 thinking you were going to get a month of food. And 2 weeks in, they were sayonara.
Oh, my God. One of the owners said that in these crazy 2 weeks, he had slept for only 2 to 3 hours a night, and every member of the staff had worked more than 10 hours a day.
Ugh. Poor dude.
Yeah.
But, I mean, come on.
They say
$20 all you can eat for a month?
A month.
You didn't think, like, people were going to take advantage of that?
Well, in 2 weeks, the restaurant had more than 500 customers a day, with some lining up from 8 a.m. and stretching around the corner. And the last customer's not leaving until midnight. 500 customers a day taking advantage of that. So, okay. I wonder, okay, first, we'll do some math here. So if you have 500
Okay.
customers a day at $20, how much money is that?
$10,000.
So that's $10,000 a day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thinking about how much food you have to provide.
Wait. Yes.
At a buffet for 500 people to
What did I
eat.
say? 10,000?
You said 10,000.
Yeah, okay.
Is that 10,000?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Sorry.
I guess, you know, we have people that in the restaurant business. Is that, okay, $10,000 a day? You have 500 people.
No. You're doing the math wrong, homie.
What am I doing wrong?
It's $20 for a month.
What did I say?
Of all you can eat.
Oh, for a month. That's right.
So they made about 10 G's for the month.
And you have 500 customers coming in a
There's
day.
no wonder they went bankrupt. That is the dumbest idea.
Man. The restaurant's outgoings and its payments to other restaurants and shops to help divert the customer flow left it $78,000 in debt.
Poor family. Gosh, literally. Poor
Yeah.
family. Somebody said usually the year supply, by the way, is a once-a-week deal. I had a friend who went to the new Chick-fil-A opening to get the year of free food. It's essentially 52 meal deals. So you can get a free meal deal once a week.
See, that's
for the year.
That should be at least like one a day.
No.
If you win like free food for a year, it should be like here's a Happy Meal or a whatever meal once a day. What, once a week? That's lame.
Dude, again, we're talking about an all-you-can-eat Chinese food place. Somebody just chimed in and said, my friends and I ate at a Chinese place on Montgomery. The food was disgusting, cold, crab legs tasted awful. The cheese was hard. The next day, The place closed down because of bugs in the food and mice droppings.
Oh my gosh.
And recooking cold food.
Ugh.
They nearly puked when they found out. Well, at least you're still alive.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody said, what do you mean, poor dude? The guy is an idiot. Yeah, terrible businessman.
What if he just opened it up to, okay, the first 50 people?
Sure, then maybe he'd still be in business. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why are you giving him hypotheticals now, poor guy?
Poor dude, it's too late.
It's way too
He's
late.
like $100,000 in debt.
Should have opened a few of them fortune cookies and gotten a better business model. Because he probably would have had one. Confucius could have helped that homie out.
Yeah.
Somebody said 10 grand a month, by the way, is terrible. I worked at a Sonic for a while. They made a little over $1 million a year for fast food. A buffet making $120K a year, bankrupt instantly.
Yeah. Especially with that many. I mean, there was 500 people a day just lined up from the time that they were open till midnight. That's insane. I think, dude, running a restaurant would be no thanks.
Somebody said I once buy a 1-year supply of calendars.
You got a 1-year supply of calendars?
Yeah, bro. Think about it. They bought a calendar.
That's so dumb.
They bought a calendar.
They did.
That was a good joke.
That was pretty good.
Well done.
Thank you for that.
They are a 57-year-old dad. That was pretty fantastic, actually. Whew. So you just wanted to like make fun of that Chinese restaurant
I'm not making
guy?
fun of him. I'm just, just throwing out, just trying
Better business models.
Just trying to figure out how we could save this guy because I feel terrible.
Why do you feel terrible?
Well, I mean, he tried. He was trying. He was.
You're just mad because another Chinese food buffet place closed. Like, need that cheap Chinese buffet place, man.
I don't know what it was. I hit like 35 or 36 years old, and I hate buffets now. When before that, I lived for buffets. Like I lived for the Vegas buffet,
dude,
the hometown buffet. Just like it was like any buffet. It was like I'm there. I hit 35, and I don't know, something changed in me. It was like, what am I doing here? Like the food is terrible.
It is terrible.
Yeah.
See, you're making wiser choices in life.
Like the only thing that's good,
God is growing you, bro.
I guess. The only thing that's good at a buffet is the desserts.
Okay.
They got great desserts.
5?
They got the chocolate
That's
fountain.
Brody. That's Brody. He always wants to go to like Golden Corral. And I'm like, you don't want to go to Golden
They
Corral.
got the
you
chocolate
want
fountain.
the soft serve ice cream at the end. That's all you want. Don't make us endure Golden Corral for your soft serve ice cream.
$20 a pop for your soft serve ice cream.
Yes.
Yep.
That's all you want. And unlimited gummy bears to put on top of it.
Yeah.
Nobody goes there for the food.
Yeah, taking the kids to a buffet
Unless
is
you're my
so
in-laws. My
frustrating.
in-laws. They maybe there's like a time in your life where when you're younger you like buffets because you're broke and you're a college student. And then you wisen up and you make better choices. But then when you hit like 50, 60, it's back to the Golden Corral.
You know why? Because they have discounts for the older people.
That's probably why.
You get that discount.
That's what it is. I'm besmirching the GC and people are freaking out on me right now.
The GC. Guys, it's not good. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Yeah. Because are they just banking on that, how many times does the average person go back at a buffet?
Maybe twice.
Maybe
there
twice?
used to be an all-you-can-eat sushi place in town.
They still have those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's what they do. They give you like a dime size piece of fish and then this silver dollar size rice it's wrapped in. And you have to eat the whole roll before you can get another one. And it's like, come on, bro, because you have one roll and the rice like just expands in your stomach and you're like, whoa, I paid $20 for all you can eat, but I'm so stuffed after one roll.
Right.
And they're like, ha-ha!
Got you.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they get you.
That's funny.
Somebody said I'm exactly the same. I used to love buffets, but now I can't do them anymore.
Yeah, maybe I just had a bad experience at one. You'd think I would have had a bad experience, though, in the 35 years before that.
The thing is,
like my parents lived for the
you're
buffet.
at like a trough and everyone is touching the like utensils and
Yeah, I don't think about that stuff, man. It's just like I'm at a buffet with like endless food. It's like insane.
I will say though, without saying names, there is actually a place in town that on Sundays I think they do like a buffet style pizza thing.
Yeah.
We have frequented that jam.
Yeah.
So the salad bar type places, you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Why not?
Yeah, I used to love those.
It's hit or miss.
Did they have the breakfast or not the breakfast, the dessert pizza?
Yeah. Well, it's not that place. It's not the place you're thinking of.
Oh.
That's disgusting. You're gross.
You're gross.
You're thinking of.
What am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Cece's, like $5.
No, I'm not. No.
Oh, remember Cece's? Do
No.
they have those anymore?
I'm thinking of Godfather's.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking of.
But I don't think Godfather's here has that buffet. No, yeah. But back in Montana, it was like that was the place to go for the buffet.
Yeah. No.
You'd get the
Those
dessert
places
pizza.
are-
You'd get your pineapple and ham pizza.
That's not what I was thinking of. Place I'm thinking of is locally owned and operated.
Yeah,
Somebody
I've
said,
been
come
to
on, bro, they use MSG in their food. Chinese buffets.
Oh, yeah, for real. It's bad for you guys. It's so bad. That's why that place you want to go to today, I don't know if my stomach can handle it.
All right,
Last
we don't
time I
have to
went
go.
there, I was just like,
We don't have to go. That's fine. That's fine. Somebody said when my son was going through cancer, his oncologist warned us not to eat at buffets. He said that buffets were the worst places to eat because of all the germs. They stopped going to buffets altogether. Thank you, Liz.
well, yeah, and you never know, like, if they are reheating that food, you know?
Yeah, other people
How
are
long
saying,
it's been
dude,
sitting
Germ
out.
City. Bingo to one member of the Star Army who goes to the same buffet on Sunday. Yes, dude. That's what I was talking
that- is
about,
that the
Looper.
one you're talking about?
Yes. It's fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, people are just chiming in with Germ City.
Yeah.
Some people are saying that those buffet places are smart though because they fill you up, and so you have like one plate and then.
Yeah.
Somebody else said Steven knows a great sushi buffet in Vegas. Ha ha ha! Shut up. Listen, guys, I went to Vegas one time for work, and no one told me not to eat the sushi.
Yeah.
At the casino buffet. We were staying there. It was when I worked in national radio at Kiwanis Broadcast
Feel like
Corporation.
this is common sense.
We were broadcasting live for this really rad event, and that's where we were staying. So I was like, "Oh, lunch! Oh, it's provided for the hotel we're staying at. I'm gonna eat the buffet. Look at that! They have salmon under a heat lamp.
Yummy!
I'm sure that's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
3 days later, I woke up and I could smell colors and I had superpowers.
Wow. 3 days later, just like
3
Jesus.
days later, yes. 3 days later, I rose again. I seriously have never been that sick in my entire life.
Wow.
I thought I was going to die. It was horrible.
Just sweating.
Yeah.
Uncontrollably.
Yep. So I am not a fan of like buffets or anything under a heat lamp.
Yeah, that's
I don't
common
trust
sense, bro.
anything under a heat lamp, whether it's food or 40-year-old people that look copper.
That look copper.
Anyway.
505-585-LIVE. You want to text into the show. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube at Star 88 FM. You can go watch the show and hang out with us.
Yeah.
All right. Let's switch gears.
Yes, please.
Even though I love talking about
I
buffets,
know,
I think this
right?
is one of the best topics we've had.
Everybody's chiming in with their favorite buffet
How did
places,
you almost
and I'm
die
like,
at your buffet?
I can't talk about any of these things you guys are saying on the live line because non-com.
How did you almost die? How did your buffet almost kill you? All right, let's talk about like what would you do? Have you ever seen that show? What would you do? Because I feel like my life, like sometime in my life before I die, I feel like I'm going to be on that show. Have you ever seen that show? What would you do? Where
I've never seen this.
You're out there and they're filming people and they'll stage actors and they'll put people in situations to see how they like what they would do. And then all of a sudden, this reporter guy jumps out and goes, "Oh, excuse me. We're filming you. Could you take a seat for a second? we captured this all on video, and we found out that you didn't pay your 20% tip. Yeah, like just stupid situations, you know, like just trying to catch people to see like what would they do, like bad things, you know, and they confront them on national TV. And I feel like like if you saw some lady that was getting mugged or something and you didn't do anything, then the camera crew would come out and be like, excuse me, sir, that was an actor, and why didn't you help this lady out? Be like,
So this is why you help everyone all the time?
Like, I help
You're like,
everybody.
I'm going to be on television.
Yeah,
I'm going to be
everybody.
the jerk on television.
When I got that box of money, I just was looking around going, where's the camera crew? Are they filming me right now? Is this going to be for the weekend service at church? Because, yeah, like what would you do in these situations? So this is a crazy, that's not the story that I want.
I'm like, what? That's weird.
Why is that story there?
Oh, what'd you do?
I don't know. I guess I copied the wrong link. What is the story? Well, hold on. These airplane seats are a hotbed of germs. What? What should you do when a sick person is on a flight? This is not the link that I wanted.
I'm like watching this video going, how is he going to tie this into the topic he's about to...
This isn't it. Where should you sit on an airplane to avoid catching a cold?
To be fair, guys, when we're producing this show and preparing, hundreds of stories are coming across the wire.
What?
And him and I are like trying to sift through all of them. And you're putting links to
Where's
the stories that we're
story
inevitably
at?
going to talk about.
Man.
That is not...
Google it real quick. See if I can find it. Because I was talking about earlier, gosh, we're all out of time now. Darn it.
Am I being punked right now? Am I on camera?
No.
My partner is just breaking down and ruining everything on our top shelf morning show.
Stupid link wasn't the right one.
Okay.
But I think I found it. Oh, I did find it. Okay, so when we come back, I'll share the story. And then also what happened to me yesterday. Where I almost got killed by a gang of people.
Okay.
Want to know, like, what would you guys do in this situation? Because this creepy guy was stalking this Uber driver in New York.
What?
And the video is super, super creepy. What would you do? That's going to be the topic. 505-338-3700 is the phone line to call in. I think I'm having a stroke. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube at Star 88 FM. Hang out with us. We'll be right back.
For over 40 years, La Salita Restaurant has been serving New Mexican food to Albuquerque. From starters like soups, salads, and Cindy nachos to entrees like chili rellenos, burrito de Eduardo, the BOG burrito, and carne adobada. La Salita is friendly to those who are vegan or gluten-free and offers catering, as well as a rewards program at 1950 Wansabo or online at lasalita.com. Star 88 thanks La Salita for their support.
America the beautiful, America the free. This country stands for liberty. It's a freedom celebration at Isotope Stadium Friday and Saturday night, June 29th and 30th, with music, soft toys, fireworks, and a message of true freedom from Skip Heitzig. 2 fantastic nights. And like our nation, it's free. Remember, it's not just a long weekend. It's a freedom celebration. Freedom Celebration with Matt Maher, 10th Avenue North, Trip Lee, and Sarah Reeves. Above all, as our wonderful nation celebrates independence, Skip Heitzig will give a clear invitation to true freedom.
Jesus said, you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. He can set everyone free from guilt, from sin, from hell.
Freedom Celebration at Isotope Stadium Friday and Saturday, June 29th and 30th.
The story of Esther is about the big issues of life, God's providence, how we reap what we sow, and how we're all here for such a time as this. This week, Pastor Greg Laurie brings insights from the story of Esther and also begins a new series in the New Testament book of John. Tune in this week for A New Beginning with pastor and evangelist Greg Laurie.
Make an appointment with Greg Laurie weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on our sister station, KNKT 107.1 FM. This is KLYT Albuquerque, Santa Fe, rebroadcast on KKCJ, Cannon Air Force Base, KPKJ, Mintmore, K201CC, Las Cruces, K203EZ, Alamogordo, K207CQ, Gallup, K211CW, Hobbs, K212EH, Silver City, K214DE, Antonito, K218AK, Artesia, K250AB, Roswell, K293AO, Alamosa, K228DQ, Portales, in the free app for iOS and Android, and online at star88.fm.
Hands over my face while I play along. Vision just as clear with my eyes closed. A foreign language only you and I know. Don't know where we're heading, but we're so close, dancing on the edge of something beautiful. My heart is calling out to say that you want me now. Say that you want me now. Why don't you spit it out? Say it loud. Stop with all the Chinese whispers. Say it out. Scream it out. Cope with all the Chinese whispers. Intensity so high off the Richter scale. Trembling so hard, let it ricochet. Trying to keep composure while the ground shakes. Earthquake, hanging on to every word that you say. Rushing on the edge of something beautiful. So stay with me now. My heart is calling out to say that you want me now. Say that you want me now. Why don't you spit it out? Say it loud. Stop with all the Chinese whispers. Say it out. Scream it out. Cope with all the Chinese whispers. See you talking, but I'm hearing nothing. Need you to hit me with it hard. Spit it out. Say it loud. Stop with all the Chinese whispers. See you talking, but I'm hearing nothing. You got me out here in the dark. Tip of your tongue, don't know why you're still holding back. I see you talking, but I'm hearing nothing. You got me out here in the dark. Tip of your tongue, don't know why you're still holding back. Why don't you spit it out? Say it loud. Stop with all the Chinese whispers. Say it out. Scream it out. Cope with all the Chinese whispers. See you talking, but I'm hearing nothing. Need you to hit me with it hard. Say it loud. Stop with all the Chinese whispers.
The Morning Invasion.
Lately, life's just been too much to take. I'm slowly wearing thin, I'm losing faith. It feels like any moment I could break. I need a miracle, I need a hero. If you're my champion, then I can't lose if I got you. If you've already won, there's nothing you can't pull me through. In my weakness, you are strong. So give me strength to carry on. Oh God, if you are for gives me strength to make the mountains move. He will make these mountains move. I can do all things through Him who gives me strength to make the mountains move. He will make these mountains move. You're my champion, and I can't lose if I got you. You've already won, there's nothing you can't pull me through. In my weakness, you are strong. You give me strength to carry on. God, if you are for me, what could stand against me? God, if you are for me, what could stand against my champion? My champion!
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
We'll probably sit around and eat bread and desserts and just get all fat and sassy.
And now it's time for another episode of A Few Seconds Inside a Man's Head.
Oh, Bill's car always stinks. I can't do this carpool anymore. Bill's a bigger pig than I am.
And that was another episode of A Few Seconds Inside a Man's Head.
Good morning. Rachel, Brianne, Lauren, all hanging out on Facebook Live. Thank you so much. Rex Silverback, Aaron, Christina, hanging out on YouTube. Thanks for chiming in, guys, watching the show. We upload YouTube and Facebook Live every day. You guys can go back and watch the show. We're also on iTunes, SoundCloud. If you downloaded the Star 88 app to your phone, you can get us on demand there as well.
I love what Lauren said. Success comes to those who have the willpower to win over their snooze button. Yeah. Wishing you all an awesome morning.
Takes a lot of will.
You too, girl.
A lot of will.
That it does. Oh, I'm the worst. Do you use songs? Do you have music, or is it just like obnoxious alarms?
It's just an obnoxious alarm.
I need to move to that.
Yeah. I don't know if I've... I don't know.
I have songs, and it doesn't work out for me.
No?
I constantly need to change them.
Yeah, I don't know if that would wake me up.
It does not do the
Unless
job.
Unless it was like just a metal song.
Right. I was going to say, I used to have like Finch, or like, I would have these songs
Have
that
like
just,
baby metal or something.
Like Chevelle. I remember one that just hit heavy, and I was asked very kindly to not have that one as my 3:30 alarm clock.
Right? I wonder who that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need something like... Yeah!
See, that wouldn't wake me up
That
either.
wouldn't wake you up?
No.
Really?
No, because
Wow.
that's still too melodic.
How about this one? I still can't believe we missed baby metal.
This is
That's the thing,
this is
same
so
song,
dumb.
yeah, same song.
Is this still baby metal?
Yeah, bro, come on. Get with the times, dude. Yeah, I'd wake up to this every morning. Okay. Good morning.
Gosh, that was obnoxious. That was really, really obnoxious. Yeah, Do Well Enough Alone by Chevelle.
Ooh.
That's the one that I used to use that would wake me up every morning. Just
Yeah, it scared me to death. And then what did Chrissy do?
hit me every time because I'd be like,
Oh my
I love
gosh.
this song.
That would scare me
Just
to
lots
death.
of screaming.
I'd have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. All right. What would you do? What would you do is what we're going to throw out there. There's a video that came out. This guy is an Uber driver in Brooklyn. It was raining outside. And he was driving down the rainy street. And this guy was walking in the middle of the road.
I just looked over to see the video.
The guy's walking in the middle of the road. So the Uber driver stops and then he starts puts it in reverse because the guy is just standing there creepy. So he calls 911. The guy calls 911. He even tries to go around the guy and the guy just steps in front of the car and then just keeps walking really slow. Okay? Police arrived. They put him in handcuffs, and as they're dragging the guy away, he still keeps looking at the, still kind of keeps looking at the guy. How creepy is that? Look at that guy. He's terrifying.
This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
What would you do? Would you run him over?
No, you can't.
I would. I think I would.
Stop
if there was a guy,
saying
if there was a
incriminating
guy,
things
if
on
there was
our
a
morning
guy-
show.
if
I
there was a
love
guy-
our show so much.
If there was a guy that was like this, and he just was not letting me pass, and he was just creeping me out. Sorry, bro. You better get out of the way. He'd have to
That
move.
has got to be one of the creepiest videos I've ever seen in my life. Because seriously.
He'd have to move, right? If you didn't floor it, but if you just kept driving, he would have to get out of the way. What is he gonna do?
Because here's my thing. I love Mazdarth. My car is my baby girl. You think I want to hit some dude with my car and dent it? Or go slow enough that I just bump him because he's going to hit the hood and then be like, hey!
That guy's going to murder you.
Yes, he is.
That's the guy that's going to murder you.
That looked terrifying, no joke. And there's no motive. There's no why was this dude in the middle of the road? Why was this guy stalking an Uber driver?
Yeah, I've been waiting. This came out a few days ago. I've been waiting for an update. Just what was the deal? Why was this just some crazy guy that?
What's crazy is NYPD got there. He's still staring at the guy, won't get out of the way, not even acknowledging the officers, and they finally just have to arrest him.
Yeah.
And while they're arresting him, he's just dude, eyes locked on the driver.
I don't know,
That's
bro.
creepy.
I don't know. What
Brooklyn,
would
am
you
I
do?
right?
What would you do? All right, another situation. Let's say you're a runner. You like to go on runs every day.
Uh-huh.
It's about 10:30 a.m. You're running down the arroyo. You're running under bridges.
Mm-hmm. Under the bridge downtown.
You see that there's homeless people that are
Okay.
around the area.
Right.
As you're running, you see a man approaching you with his hand tucked into his belt front area of his pants. And behind him is about 5 to 6 other guys that gang members.
Okay.
Do you continue to run and act like no big deal, just people hanging out under a bridge? Or do you turn around and run away? What would you do?
I think you did the right thing. I mean, I don't know.
I feel like I judged them for sure. But I also had that spidey sense in my gut that said, okay. And then when I turned around and started running, I even heard the guy yell at me, hey! Hey! And I just kind of kept going, because I had my headphones in, and I just kept running, acting like I just couldn't hear him, and I kept waiting for the pain of a bullet. Just
You're so weird.
We live in Albuquerque, bro. Okay.
Okay.
I was on their turf.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
we're
serious,
so
bro.
Stupid.
I was I was at their house, basically. They probably lived under the bridge.
Downtown.
Well, it wasn't downtown. It was like...
Red Hot Chili Peppers, bro.
What?
Under the bridge downtown.
Okay.
Swear I drew some blood. I'm like, come on.
What would you
Catch
do?
up to me.
What would you do?
What? I just wanted to add on to this.
Yes.
So, my dad, a long time ago, he would walk in the bosque with our 2 dogs.
Yes.
And there's this lady that lives in there. She built a hut in there and everything, just deep in there next to the water. And she steps out on the walkway in the bosque, and she points right at him. And she starts walking towards him and says, "There's the snake!
Oh.
Get him! Get him!" And she's just screaming at him. And the dogs, our dogs come up right in front of my dad.
Yeah.
And they're just staring at her. And she just, "There's the snake! Get him!" over and over again. So he went the other way, and we haven't seen her since.
Wow.
So bizarre. Yeah, it was freaky.
I don't think I'm ever going to go for a run again. Guys, I'm done running. I'm done.
Definitely not in there.
Right?
We'll see you guys. You guys have a good day.
See you, man.
There you go. Here's the thing, my bro. We live in New Mexico. Yesterday on the the little neighborhood app. Hey, just so you guys know, the street over from mine, rattlesnake in the backyard.
Oh my gosh.
So I was like, hey, my dog started barking. We went back there to see what was going on. Giant rattlesnake. Street over from us. So I'm going, okay, well, time to move to space.
To space.
Animals. Where are we going to move? Where else are you going to move? You got any better ideas? Because I'm pretty sure in space,
yeah, I know.
there's no snakes.
Right? All right, we're throwing it out there. You can call in with a what would you do scenario. You could ask us, what would you guys do in this situation? 505-338-3700. You can also text in 505-585-LIVE, or you can chime in and tell us what you would have done in that situation, running, or you're the Uber driver.
Somebody said this is why I always hike with my pistol. You never know what animal or crazy person you're going to run into.
Right? Thank you for holding.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm glad this this Uber driver had video of that, you know?
Yep. Yeah, we Ubered this weekend, and we were talking with our Uber driver, Sean, and he had a camera and everything. We were talking about, like, the crazy
That's the
stuff
number
that
one thing you
happens
need
in
to have.
Albuquerque.
You got to have that, man. You got to have a camera in your car.
You got to be safe, guys.
People accuse you all the time of
Thank God this Uber driver had video, because it's weird.
Right? Hey, go ahead. Good morning.
Bro, Steve, your creepy neighbor kids would be perfect for this story.
They probably would. They're gone, though. Creepy neighbor kids are gone.
They're in prison.
No, they're not in prison. Oh, those ones. Yes,
They're
those
in-
are in prison. Yes, actually, those ones are in prison. However,
What about the ones that buried the? Was it they buried
yeah, they
the lizard?
moved. They
Your
moved.
front
Oh,
yard?
yeah.
Remember?
Buried that bird. Was it a bird?
There was a bird in our yard. They buried a lizard in our yard. They put out a
You
little Geico
You got Pet
gecko
Cemetery
thing
going on right there in
Yeah.
your front yard.
in my front yard.
What would you do, bro, if you were an Uber driver and some creepy dude wouldn't let you pass down the street?
It was a narrow street too. It's not like you could just like go around the guy. He just
Yeah.
kept standing in front of him.
I used to be an Uber driver. I don't know. I'd probably speed up and, what happens, I guess. I don't know. He shouldn't be in the street.
Yeah, you just kind of keep driving, and then you just,
No.
if he doesn't get out of the way, he doesn't get out of the way.
No, you do not.
You tell the cops I
You do
didn't
not
see him.
do that.
I didn't see him. I didn't see him.
Okay.
He shouldn't be in the street, though. You got to realize.
He
If you're
should
in the
not
street,
be-
You're going
this
to
is
take the
true.
risk of getting hit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
You guys have a good one.
You too.
All right.
What would you do is the topic. What would you do, guys? Give us the situation. Give us the story. What would you do? How would you handle it? Creepy guy stalking you while you're trying to just drive down the street. Or maybe I'm just a judgmental person. Maybe that group of people that I ran into, maybe they weren't a gang.
Maybe they were people who needed help.
Maybe they needed help. And he was yelling for me, hey, trying to get my attention because they needed help.
So here's a real thing. Like we joke about it, but here's the truth. This happens a lot because of how quote unsafe our culture is. So where's the line when you know someone might possibly need help? Because we've seen this here in town. Somebody stranded on the side of the road with like a flat tire. Somebody else goes to help, and then 2 people jump out of the car and jump that person and steal their car.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
But should that, as a Christian, should that ever deter us from helping someone if we see someone in danger? Now, you didn't see anybody in danger. There was no like visible situation.
No.
You saw a gang of dudes under a bridge, and one started like coming at you yelling.
Yeah, with his hand down as the front of his pants.
I would have turned around and run the other way.
Right. Yeah.
Actually,
probably did the
I don't
right
know,
thing.
man. According to Dex's survival tips, you never take your eyes off of them. Maybe I would have just started jogging backwards.
Yeah, right?
Maybe.
Exactly.
That's about as fast as I can jog, unfortunately, right now.
Yeah, but at the same time, okay, a mountain lion and some dude, well, you know what? I had been running, so I was really tired. I don't know if I could have outran him.
Yeah.
Like, if he started running after me?
Somebody said I'm an Uber Lyft driver here in Albuquerque, and when I'm downtown at night, I've seen homeless people yelling at drivers and sometimes coming up and kicking people's cars.
We saw that in Dallas. Some lady picked up a rock and was chucking it out of the car in front of us. Yeah, she was
I totally forgot about
I
that.
don't even think the car did anything. I think she just had some mental problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
She picked another one up and she was going to throw it at our car.
Yeah, well, there is zero encouragement of vehicular manslaughter here. No one should ever just keep going. That is stupid.
What if
I'm gonna be no, shut up, Dex. I'm going to be very clear right now.
I'm serious though. What if the person is going to attack you?
So
what do you do?
You reverse, bro. You can't just put it in reverse and do this number.
That's
Do
not
this
safe
number?
either, though.
Oh,
That's not safe to do on a public street.
this is true.
All I'm saying is, I'm not saying floor it. I'm saying if you just kept driving forward, what is the guy going to do? Just allow you to run him over? Come on. He's going to get out of the way.
No,
That's
this
what
guy
I'm saying.
clearly did not get out of the way. He was stepping in front of the vehicle.
Well, he was stepping in front of the vehicle, but this guy was seriously just like, he was you know what?
No,
this probably is a
Don't
prank.
engage crazy, dude. That you are giving stupid advice right now.
I don't think I am.
Never engage crazy. You turn around and you go in the freaking other direction.
If he was going the same speed that he was backing up forward, you're telling me the guy wouldn't get out of the way?
He didn't get out of the way because he was going forward and even tried to move to the side, and the guy steps
Yeah,
in
but he
front of him.
stops. If he would have kept driving that speed, the guy would have got out of the way.
I think the guy did the right thing. He called the police. Police arrived. Police arrested homie. This guy is not going to now get sued by a creepy stalker guy.
You're probably right. I'd probably be in jail. And
Yeah,
probably getting
you
sued.
would. You're giving stupid advice. So I'm countering that.
I don't know, man.
We have children listening who look up to you, who are going to run.
Look at how creepy that guy is.
Somebody said I was walking downtown in front of the police records building for my lunch while on jury duty, and a woman started screaming at me for no reason at all. Very aggressive, telling me she knew who I was.
Oh, gosh.
Clearly unstable, I quickly walked the other direction.
Oh.
Somebody said, if I have my niece or my girlfriend with me, no, I do not run that risk. If I'm by myself or with another male friend, stop and help. Somebody said, I've taken to running super early in the morning because crazy seems to sleep until about 6 in our area.
Really?
And I make my wife run with handheld mace. Our boy Mark in
Yeah,
Tempe.
that's good.
Yeah. Yep. I'm a local. I was at an ATM on Wyoming and Manal around 9:30 p.m. about 2 years ago. Got there, parked next to the ATM, started my transaction. As soon as I started getting my money, a guy came from behind the ATM with something in his hand. I jumped, clenched my fist, almost punched him in the face. He started yelling, no! He was sorry and asked for a ride. He explained his whole situation, and I gave the dude a ride.
Wow.
What would you have done?
Well, I guess if the guy's like yelling out like, whoa, hey, sorry, you know, like if you're about ready to get attacked, I could understand like doing whatever you can to survive. Yeah. But
I don't know. If a dude steps out from behind an ATM at 9:30 at night, it's like,
I know, right? Hey, bro.
Hey, man.
Yeah, I don't.
Here's the deal.
I hate going to ATMs. I don't like going up to walk-up ATMs.
Sorry to bother you right after you just took out a large sum of cash. I just need a ride in your vehicle with you and your wad of 20s.
Excuse me, sir.
I'm like, Yeah, cool, man. No. Also, no.
Hi, sir.
See, but that's terrible.
Can I have a
because
ride?
It worked out. Like a dude just needed a ride. And
Good for you for giving the guy a ride, and it
this
turned
is
out
where
okay.
that spidey sense, a.k.a. discernment of the Holy Spirit, should kick in. And we should be able to go, I don't know.
Yeah, at the same time, though, I mean, the guy that got cash out of the ATM, guy asked for a ride, he gets in the car with him, and then that's when he's like, dude, give me your money. Like, it could have turned out bad.
It could have, but it didn't.
I don't know, man.
Didn't.
I think you did the wrong thing.
Okay.
I wouldn't have given the guy a ride.
Somebody said I used to work for a car lot in Denver. On Saturdays, we used to go pick up lunch for everyone. One day when I was getting lunch for everybody, a lady just jumped into our company car at the stoplight and wanted me to take her all the way to the southern part of Denver. Why did you stop the story there?
What the heck?
That's the end of the text. Maybe the lady... That's
was
it.
it.
He was trying to tell the story,
That
but
was
the
it.
lady was still in the back seat.
Wow.
How does the story turn out?
That's, you know what? It's funny. It's because I posted on my story about my run yesterday.
Yeah.
And I never finished it. And I've gotten 50 people message me like, what happened? Are you okay? Are you okay? Okay. I finally told people, you got to listen to the show.
Somebody said, PSA for all Starmies, concealed carry only costs about $150 start to finish. So there you go. Yep.
You know what? Not bad. Not a bad idea.
Somebody said I once had to open at Starbucks at 4:30 a.m. during a crazy snowstorm. As I was driving, I was the only car on the road. I could see a guy at the stoplight about a block away standing there staring at me in the middle of the intersection. I slowed down until I saw another car coming. He walked off, and I went on my way. Somebody else said I was once driving on a desolate road in the middle of the night, and I saw a car off to the side of the road, and a guy laying half in the road passed out. I drove by very slowly, and I noticed two other people hiding in the bushes on the opposite side of the road.
Seriously? Oh, man.
Cruised forward, the passed out guy got up and started running towards me. Nope, nope, nope.
Oh, man.
That's real life, dude.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Steve-O asked earlier, he said, as Christians, should we let the possibility of something happening deter us from doing the right thing?
Mm-hmm.
That one's a hard for me.
Right?
Or a hard one for me. This was a number of years ago. We were on our way to church, and we stopped on the side of the road because we thought that these people were having car problems. So she got out of the car and she started to walk over to him, and the lady was screaming, "Help me, help me." Well, the guy turned and saw my mom. Turns out he was trying to steal her car and started running towards us. And before my mom could shut the door, he got in and started beating her.
Oh, no.
And beating her face. And my sister was in the front seat and was clawing at his face. And it wasn't until she started binding Satan that he put up his hands and walked away.
Wow.
But after that point, it's really hard for me to stop.
Right?
And see if someone actually does need help.
Yeah.
Which is it's unfortunate because then that fear takes over, and man,
yeah,
it's deterring good Samaritans because there are some stupid people in the world that are just out to harm, which is unfortunate. Because now there's going to be somebody on the side of the road that actually needs help.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to 3 or 4 cars later, maybe somebody will stop. Ugh. Anyways, thanks for calling. When we were interviewing KB at Harvest America, hip hop artist we play, he was talking about the idea of someone call 911. We live in this culture of someone call 911 and how we have to be that person because everybody's looking and thinking somebody else is going to help that person. Somebody else is going to save that person. Somebody else is going to call 911. Somebody else is going to stop for that person. And man, it is a calling for us. And yet, yeah, thanks to all these stories now, everybody's like, well, I'm never helping anybody again.
Hey, thanks for calling. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Go ahead.
So I just want to tell a story that my friend did in college. I'm surprised he didn't get shot. But anyways, he was walking back to his house from school, which he only lived maybe a couple of blocks. But this car pulled up to the red light, and it was a group of 3 friends, and I guess they were doing the Chinese fire drill. where you get out a red light, run around, change seats and all
Right.
that. And so he jumped in with them, and he ended up in the driver's seat, and he actually drove to his house, and he said they're having a good old time, going, oh, this is funny, and he drives to his house and goes, all right, thanks for the ride, guys, and he gets out, and I guess that's when everyone's like, wait, who is that guy?
Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah, I don't know how they didn't realize it, but yeah, he drove to his house with someone else's car.
That is weird. Okay.
And they didn't know it.
That's crazy.
Thanks, man.
Right?
Oh, somebody said, oh, sorry. The Denver lady.
Oh.
She was very persistent. Didn't want to get out of the car. She was wearing a long coat, which was crazy because it was summertime. She started to reach into her coat for something, which scared me, but she pulled out cash.
Ooh.
Trying to pay me for a ride.
Oh.
However, it was a company vehicle. Couldn't do so. After arguing for a few minutes, she finally got out of the car. Guys, lock your doors.
Right?
That's another thing. We keep hearing stories of people like just jumping in cars. Lock your doors.
Lock your doors. What would you do, guys? What would you do? Stories. You can call us 505-338-3700. Hanging out on Facebook Live and YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. We're live from the Dream Star Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We'll be right back.
Jesus is our king, but do you treat him like royalty? Here's Tim Keller on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
The Bible doesn't say people are hostile toward the concept of God or toward the idea of God. No, no, no. But the Bible says people hate the biblical God. You see, it's the biblical God that thunders from Mount Sinai and says, "Be holy, for I am holy. Have no other gods before me." It's the God who thunders and says, "I will by no means clear the guilty." Or it's the God who sets, the biblical God gives us the Messiah, and the Messiah shows up, and what does the Messiah say? He said, "You cannot be my disciple unless you hate your mother and father." You know what that means? He says, "You must love me so much that any feelings you have toward anyone else will look like hatred by comparison. That's how much you have to love me. I have to be supreme in your life."
That's a PowerPoint with Tim Keller on Star 88. Jonathan Edwards said this: "It is not by telling people about ourselves that we demonstrate our Christianity. Words are cheap. It is by costly, self-denying Christian practice that we show the reality of our faith." That's a solar flare on Star 88.
Sometimes I wanna float away, fly away and close my eyes, get lost in a secret place no one could ever find, yeah. But you keep pulling me back into your atmosphere and showing me that with your love I never have to hide. When the world's spinning out of control, your love is like my gravity. When I'm overboard and going under, your love will come and rescue me, and somehow you find a way to reach me when I can't see the road before me. When the world's spinning out of control, out of control, your love is like my gravity. That your love will run out on me and turn all of my greatest fears into reality, yeah. But that's the thing about gravity, it never gives up pulling me, and anywhere I choose to run, I'll always feel your love. When the world's spinning out of control, your love is like my gravity. When I'm overboard and going under, your love will come and rescue me, and somehow you find a way to reach me when I can't see the road before me. When the world's spinning out of control, out of control, your love is like my gravity.
my side. 'Cause I know love's the center that holds everything together. And when the world is spinning out of control, we all need a little gravity, gravity holding us down. Gravity, gravity holding us down. We all need a little bit more love like gravity. We all need a little bit more love. We all need a little bit more love like gravity. We all need a little bit more love.
What's going on in the news today?
President Trump will soon be heading to Capitol Hill to talk immigration options with House Republicans.
We want a country with heart. But when people come up, they have to know they can't get in. Otherwise, it's never going to stop.
The consumer alert and something you may not have noticed about your credit cards if you haven't tried to use any of those perks in a while.
Are slowing down. Major banks are rolling back benefits they offer credit card holders.
President Trump taking direct aim at China over trade.
I always say we have rebuilt China. They've taken so much.
You see the markets reacting.
And the Dow off today, 287 points.
That parents' brawl in the stands that happened at a girls' 12 and under softball tournament in Kingsport, Tennessee. Nearly a dozen parents, both teams disqualified.
Dramatic video shows a tornado touching down in Colorado.
Heavy rains caused widespread flooding throughout the Midwest.
In Illinois, Good Samaritans helped rescue a 70-year-old man as floodwaters swallowed his car.
Good morning. Guys, Freedom Celebration coming up next weekend, June 29th and 30th. Isotopes Park. It's a free event, both nights. Fireworks, 10th Avenue North, Matt Maher, Sarah Reeves, Triple E. Pastor Skip Heitzig throwing down the gospel. It's going to be beautiful. We'll be doing the pre-show starting at 5 o'clock. Evening kicks off at 7. FreedomABQ.org. And again, I know they're still asking for volunteers for the event. I think they were saying they needed like 700 people.
That's right.
To help out with the event. So if you're out there and you would like to help out, you can go to freedomabq.org, and there's churches right up in the corner of the website. Click on that, and it's a little sign-up sheet. Partner with us, guys. All right, a lot of people sharing their what would you do stories or creepy stories, or should we, like, it's a hard thing, man, because we're always supposed to help, right?
Yeah.
We're always supposed to help. We're supposed to be that good Samaritan. But a lot of times, there's scams. So do we just, I mean, we definitely have to use, we have to follow our feelings, our gut. You know, we have to
I think for
pay
believers,
attention.
obviously, it's more than that.
Yeah.
You know, you do have discernment in situations. I do think every situation can be different.
Yeah.
But man, it stinks that we're talking about this and going, there's a possibility someone in need will not be helped because fear, I don't know.
That's the thing. That's what stinks.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think in those situations, you kind of have to be careful. Maybe you're driving in your car and you see somebody on the side of the road that needs help. Maybe it's you drive up first with the doors locked and roll the window down a little bit and, you know, yell out, you know, is everything okay? You know, maybe it's a situation like that. I don't know. It just depends, because what if the person isn't moving, and do you just stop right there and call 911 and then wait? Yeah. I don't know. That's a tough situation. Good morning.
Good morning.
Talk to us.
It's kind of off topic, kind of on topic, but what do you do as a Christian if you're the opposite sex and you see the opposite sex that needs help on the road and you're by yourself?
Right. See, I think every situation is different, but I mean, are you talking about a lady on the side of the road? It's like, hey, will you give me a ride? What are you talking
Well,
about?
that too,
Or
yeah.
somebody that needs their, like, if you see a female on the side of the road who's got a flat tire or something, like, are you even thinking about not stopping? Like, what do you mean?
Right. Just like, like pastors have talked, I've heard pastors talk about, like, I wouldn't be caught, giving another woman a ride, alone, or I wouldn't be, or my wife wouldn't be caught with another man alone, or in just certain situations.
I do think there's wisdom in that, like depending upon, because it's very generalized what the question you're asking.
Yeah.
But like for us, for instance, we have a policy here, like if we're traveling somewhere, I'm not going to ride alone with Tam or Heidi or like that. We go as a group, you know what I mean? Because there's rules in place for that for good reason. So
yeah,
I think like. Yeah, it just seems very generalized because I understand why some pastors would say I wouldn't like give a female a ride home or something like that. But
yeah,
we're talking about somebody like on the side of the road that's in need.
Yeah, maybe you need to help change their tire.
Yeah.
Maybe they do need a ride.
Right.
No, that makes sense. See what you're saying.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, totally.
All right.
Another good reason to have a camera in your car for those situations.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times people can get in the car and then start accusing you of doing things.
Well, that's why, yeah, we have friends who are like Uber drivers who have said that very thing. They have a camera on in their car at all times that just monitors everything because you never know, unfortunately.
Yep.
So,
yeah,
maybe pastors just need to get cameras in their car. And then,
yeah,
you know,
bro.
just kidding.
Yeah.
I didn't know what they were wanting on that. So I was like, what do you?
Yeah.
Because I do think sometimes there are rules or there are things in place where it's like, I will not. Remember, who was it? It was, wasn't it Mike Pence, our vice president, who was like, I would never have lunch with a female alone. And people like crucified him for it, for having a boundary as a married man. And it was like, dang, dude, that's our culture.
Yeah.
Like downing him, like, psh.
Right.
You're going, okay. Or homie has respect and doesn't want to do that, and
he doesn't want to give the wrong impression.
Like, cool, good on you, man, for not wanting to be in that situation. Right on.
Because that's what people talk, especially somebody that's if somebody's in the public eye.
Yeah.
People are gonna go, wait, that's not Mike Pence's wife. What is he doing? And then the next thing you know, it's on TMZ.
It's like, I can't believe that. What a square. Meanwhile, Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Cool. What do we want in our culture? Dudes to like have like a standard and like some kind of boundary, or to end up being on the news at some point.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Anyways.
505-585-LIVE. You want to text in?
Dang. Somebody said, I just don't pick people up. It's too dangerous these days. Won't do it. Another person said the only time I'll comfortably help someone out with car problems is when off-roading. It's like a community when you're out there and everyone usually helps everyone else out. Somebody else said, hey, I'm headed to Cuba right now for a job. If you don't hear from me, tell my wife and boys I love them. Oh, great.
Wow. Are you hitchhiking?
Yeah. Somebody else said, I don't think women and children should ever stop to help somebody. It's too much of a vulnerable situation.
Yeah, there's been times where I've been with the fam, and it wasn't worth it. You know, people trying to flag
like you
you
got the kids in the
over,
backseat,
and it's
you're
like,
going,
you know what? Sorry, bro. Somebody else can stop. I'm not going to risk it with the kids. You know?
Man. But I know there are other people, kids in the car, no matter what, they're stopping and they're helping, period.
Yeah.
Oh, this car needs a jump, or this person needs their tire fixed, or so.
Yeah, I know, but
dude.
Not gonna risk
I
it.
know what you're saying.
Not gonna do it.
So
not gonna do it.
I love that you're every single story, every single time. It's like you set the tone with the creepy music. How about this one? Stacy on Facebook chimed in.
Yes, talk to me.
Chimed in.
One
time I was in a Kmart parking lot with my daughter. Some lady just opened the back door and went to get in, and then realized, this isn't my car. She was embarrassed and got out and said sorry, quickly exited. It worked out.
Wow.
Steph said a woman was just attacked when she was jogging on Good Morning America. I mean, she wasn't jogging on Good Morning America. The story was just on Good Morning America.
And she was attacked?
Yeah.
Wow.
What is that music?
Whoa.
Told a creepy story of somebody getting attacked, and then you played a drop of a dude laughing.
Oh, well, it said scream.
What are you, like, laughing at somebody? That's
Scream.
serious.
I thought it would be a scream. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
So I think what you did, Dex, was a smart idea when you were running. You just went the opposite way. But my next suggestion is I think you should get a pit bull mixed dog and run with your dog.
There you go.
Yeah.
Stormy member sent me a
I
pocket
run
pit.
with my...
Do it.
I have a pit bull mixed dog. She is the sweetest girl ever, but people are so afraid of her, and they will actually cross the street and walk on the other sidewalk so they don't have to walk near me.
Yeah, how many children has your pit bull eaten? How many?
Okay.
On a scale of 1
Stop
to
it
5
right now.
slow, chubby
Don't you
children.
put that out there on the pit
What?
bulls.
I'm just saying.
No such thing as bad pit bulls.
Actually,
it's bad owners,
the funny
bro.
thing is yeah, I agree. I was trying to convince my wife to get a pocket pit last week, and she just was not having it.
I love them.
I know, me too. She
They're
wasn't
beautiful
going for it.
Anyways, have a good day, guys.
You too.
Guys, go adopt a pit bull today.
To help you with jogging.
Yeah.
Because you need to get off the couch,
Peterson's,
Chubby.
I am going to adopt a pit bull.
Please do that. Just bring the dog home. Don't say anything. Just do it. I'm sure they'll totally enjoy
fine.
that.
You know, it'll be fine. You know, you guys already have 2 dogs, you know. I'll make sure and buy a 3rd crate. Be fine. 505-338-3700 if you'd like to call in. We're just sharing situations out there. What would you do situations? Should you help somebody on the side of the road? Should you pick up hitchhikers? You know, if you're going for a run, do you run through a gang of people and say hello as you do it? Like, what if I was just really nice and I just was like, ran right through them while they were hanging out, selling drugs, and I was like, hey, guys, how are you today?
It stinks. This is why we can't have nice things.
What if I
guys,
just
like
didn't make eye contact?
civility and friendships,
right?
Meeting strangers.
What if that was like, what if I missed out on an opportunity to make a friend? You know?
I mean, what if? Or what if you would have been stabbed over miscommunication because they thought you were there for like the meth deal?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. I did have some pretty expensive
I don't know, dude.
Beats headphones in.
I feel like, all
Probably would've
joking
took 'em.
aside, you do have some pretty good discernment when it comes to things. And if you were uncomfortable enough in that situation that you thought the best course of action was to turn around and go the other way, you probably did the right thing.
Yeah. It was a bad part of town for sure. I'm never running south again. Only north.
Yeah.
Not going to do it, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the program. Good morning.
Hey, this is Frito Chris.
Hey, Frito Chris.
Frito Chris.
Hey, I was going to say, what if you're running under the bridge and those gang members happen to be listeners and fans of the show? Huh?
It's
and they were just like wanting an autograph or something?
Yeah,
They're
maybe
like,
he was pulling a pen out of his pants.
Yeah?
And he's
Yeah,
like,
okay.
I would like your autograph.
Sign my ball cap.
That's not, no, that wouldn't have been the situation at all.
All right, just an idea.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Thanks, man.
All right, bye.
Starmy members everywhere. You never know.
You never know.
Why are they just approaching us at grocery stores? Why not under bridges downtown?
Under bridges. It's something creepy about running under a bridge, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking to begin with.
There's something
You're like,
creepy
I'm gonna
about it.
run in the arroyo. That's stupid.
It's not in the arroyo.
Ditches are deadly. Stay away.
No,
La
it's-
Llorona, bro.
It's the bicycle path, bro.
Okay.
That's where I'm running. Yes.
Dex. Hey, man. So, what? How many people was it? How many guys?
I would say 6.
6. Okay. So, what we have to look at is we have to look at their posture, right? So, what were they wearing?
They were wearing baggy clothes.
Okay.
They definitely were doing some. I was far enough away where I couldn't tell what they were doing, but they were hanging out very close together. And there was one guy approaching me, walking towards me with his hand down at the front of his pants.
Nope.
And then when I turned around to run away, I shut off my music, and I heard him yell at me, "Hey! Hey!" And I just didn't turn around. I kept running.
Yeah, I mean, so that's kind of like natural human behavior, right? So we have to. What you did is you looked at their posture, right? Now, if they were all wearing like New Balance running shoes and short running shorts and like muscle shirts, right? You'd be like, "What's up?"
Yeah,
right?
they're probably
Those are the
working
people
out.
You run by.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that wasn't natural, normal, indicative behavior of somebody on a jogging path, right? Especially a group of dudes. So yeah, I mean, you were absolutely right by taking a turn around and going the other way.
See?
All right.
There you go.
That makes me feel better. It really does.
Yeah, man.
But the last thing I want
all
to do is
the time.
judge somebody,
If more people would do that, we'd probably have less, issues with
You're
people
probably
getting,
right.
assaulted and battered over there. So
You're
good
probably
job,
right.
man.
Yeah, you're
There you
probably
go.
right. And I was in an area, too, where if they would have shot at me or did something, nobody would have seen it.
Yeah.
Because it was like I was running down
You need to be
into the
safer, bro.
Arroyo area on the bike path under a bridge, and nobody would have seen me.
I wish
would
you'd
have been
think
gone.
about others once in
I
a
would've been
while
gone,
instead of
guys.
just yourself.
I probably would have died
We have
yesterday.
a top shelf morning show. What am I supposed to do if you get shot in the bad part of town? Huh?
Guys,
You think I can do this without you?
I am going to run north today and not south.
There you go.
Okay.
Hey, Dex, pick kind of you need to find a new spot to run, man.
Yeah, bro.
Like, go
for
to
real.
like Foothills or something. Enjoy yourself.
The thing
There
is,
you go.
bro, I have to run right after the show because it gets so hot. So that's my only time to run.
Man.
Or I won't run. It won't happen.
First world problems.
Should I just run around campus like over and over, just around and around?
You could totally
I
take
guess I
laps
could.
around here. I mean, to be fair, yesterday APD did arrest a gentleman about a block away with a gun. But I mean, yeah, it's totally safe.
Yeah,
it's totally safe no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, good job, Dex. God bless, guys.
God bless you too.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's not false. Did you see that email?
No, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really happened.
Yeah, bro.
Turns out it was like a BB gun that looked like an AR-15. But yeah,
It's a pellet gun?
totally cool.
My gosh.
Somebody said I used to run out in the hills around Farmington where the wildlife was, including mountain lions. No fear. Now I run in California. I carry mace because yikes. Streets of Bakerfield are raunchy. Thank you, Brandy, California.
I can't wait for you to read this one.
Do you think Jesus would have ran away from those people?
What would Jesus do? You know what?
But do you think he would have been jogging to begin with? I mean, he was all about his father's business, not about his abs. So,
But I mean, what if he was because that's what he did.
He did walk everywhere.
And if he saw a group of people that looked
He
very
saw the woman at the well
suspicious.
hanging out by herself. That was like Suspecticon because what was she doing in the middle of the day drawing water by the well?
Oh, it's true.
And he went straight up and started talking to her.
There's a good example of like hanging out with the person of
The
the
wrong
opposite
crowd?
sex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus was hanging out with a prostitute.
Yeah. In public. He wasn't like at a Motel 6. Like, oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, well, I
I'm
know.
being serious
No,
right
I
now.
get it.
Like
I know-
people
I know
will
that.
use scripture as like excuses for shenanigans, bro.
Yep.
So yeah, he was in public, like in the center of Times Square, if you will.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, people go to lunch with a person of the opposite
Sure.
sex, and you're in public.
Yeah, sure. I get that.
Yeah.
I was just saying it's cool for some to have, if that's the standard that they set for themselves.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. No, I get that.
There's no, we shouldn't like down people for taking that stand. You know, it's not,
Right.
they're not putting it on everyone.
Maybe they don't
They're
trust
saying-
themselves.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the situation. They just
Right.
don't trust
They
themselves.
want that accountability.
Yeah.
So.
Couple more minutes, guys.
Yeah. Somebody said, what if they were playing Fortnite and they were close to a battle royal and you totally scared them and they lost? Did you think about that?
See? That could have been
No.
Could have been it. Maybe they had a great Wi-Fi signal right there under the bridge.
Somebody said I was dumb. I used to pick up this blind man on the res and drive him into town. I had my 3-year-old with me. Did it a couple times. He was a nice man, called me sister. But then one day he invited 3 of his other friends, and only 2 were able to fit into my tiny car. I tried to say no, but allowed it. They were all drunk, didn't have the best hygiene, and that was the last time.
Wow.
Okay. Somebody said, would Jesus have been jogging near the river? No, he would have been jogging on the river.
Good call,
Okay.
sir. Good
So
call.
dumb.
Good call.
God bless you. God bless you so much for that. Oh, man. Ooh, did you see that? Monica chiming in. Just met with our friends Derek and Christy over at Christie's, and she's heading back with food!
Dude, Derek and Monica, we love you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'll take it. I'll take it. They also rock church there. Did you notice that?
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh, good for them.
Journey. They do Don't Stop Believing for worship every Sunday. Would you please rise for worship? Just a small town girl. Like, no. It's a cool church name, though. Journey.
All right. We are done with the show. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, wherever you're streaming us from. Thank you so much. You guys can get the whole show. We download it every day. We upload it to iTunes. Just search Morning Invasion. We're on demand as well through the app. You can download it through the App Store. You can stream us live, Star 88. Don't forget, Quality Tam taking over in the afternoons from 3 to 6. She's doing a great job. All right, tomorrow, huge show. It's Thursday tomorrow, so 7 a.m., 3 Degrees with Brian Nixon. That's a fun hour. And then tomorrow, 9 a.m., Shock Therapy Live. So get your questions in. I think we'll have a special guest for you guys tomorrow for Shock Therapy Live. So get the questions in. You can email them, studio@star88.fm. We done?
Yeah, man.
Guys, have a beautiful Wednesday. We love you. Bye.
That's all we got. There ain't no more. That's right. Time is tight. It's the end of the show.
Star 88 thanks Jake Canales at Doorway Home Loans for becoming a power partner. Jake Canales at Doorway Home Loans provides VA, FHA, USDA, and conventional home loans for purchase and refinance mortgages. Jake Canales, Doorway Home Loans,